Hey guys, welcome to the channel Cricket Chatter Live. We are here with the most regular people and the cricket addict people who love to talk cricket. Welcome everybody. There are 9 people in the stream, so I can't say hi to everybody, but hello everyone.
एवरीवन वेलकम केम छो मजा में आवेदो से लेके कब साला निंदे बहुत सारी थिंग द बेस्ट पार्ट इज दैट वी हैव मजाक में हम लोग कहते हैं कि हमारे निखिल भाई इज द मल्टी मिलियनर इन टर्म्स ऑफ फैंटेसी क्रिकेट के मल्टी मिलियनर हैं सो वेलकम बैक निखिल भाई तरह से हमारे मतलब ही रिप्रेजेंट्स ओवर देयर बट रिप्रेजेंटिंग अस आवर फ्रेंड सूर्या देन वी नो एग्जैक्टली the in the Kings 11 के डैम फैन and Anuj, then Kaushik and then अभिनव हमारे हमारे बोल सकते हैं ये वो महाभारत में कौन थे हमारे जो पूरी स्टोरी कथा सुनाते थे मतलब आपको बस बोल दो एंड
संजय
कौन था संजय नाम गलत हाँ अभिनव संजय होना चाहिए था बट ठीक है अभिनव देन वी हैव रैम्पी जो अपना चेहरा नहीं दिखाना चाहते वो चीज दिखाना चाहते जो कोई नहीं दिखाना चाहता फॉलोइंग एंड लव फॉर सनराइजर्स क्योंकि फैन बहुत हैं दिखाता कोई नहीं है सनराइजर्स का अनफॉर्चुनेटली so thanks Vallabh
right now I cannot show my
Already see Rampy fans joined already. Lovely.
Abhi actually I
Guys,
closed my space and
start.
came to the
Yeah. Fine.
And Manju bhai, if you are listening to us, please join the main panel.
We are really waiting for you. Yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. We have, I think we have more CSK fans today here sitting with us. It's fine. Yeah. So we have, I guess, everybody covered. So I think Inder will go through emotional occurrence at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. Don't miss it. Yeah. Anyway, let's start. We have discussed around 5 teams till now. We'll quickly discuss the teams we have not discussed yet. So we'll start with the last year's champions, Gujarat Titans, which nobody predicted that they will win the trophy. So let's start talking about Gujarat. And as everybody's know what we are gonna talk, the main questions. So I wanna quickly move to Kaushik, and I wanna ask about the domestic players to start with.
Namaskar from Assam because for the first time Assam is hosting IPL as well, such a big tournament and it's a big stage. It's an honor to have such a big franchise league. To be honest, the one of the biggest in world. So, और बाकी to talk about Gujarat, I think it's a balanced squad and in my opinion, जो Indian options हैं that can even means. Sometimes overpower the foreign players they have in terms of means एक डिपार्टमेंट में जितना डोमिनेट कर सकते हैं उस हिसाब से बाकी ओवरऑल देखिए डोमेस्टिक के हिसाब से एक प्लेयर आई वांट टू सी मोर विच वो जो पहले भी थे दैट इज अभिनव मनोहर जो पहले भी थे लास्ट सीजन उनको इतना यूज नहीं कर पाए बट दिस टाइम इट्स अ मोर मतलब लगता है कि उसको बहुत ज़्यादा यूज करेंगे बिकॉज the obvious thing the impact rule जो आया है नया the brand new rule जो obviously अभी सबसे ज़्यादा it's been in discussion among the fans and among the experts so Abhinav Manohar is definitely one guy and one guy I want to name which has been purchased in this auction that is Urvi Patel who has done well who can play aggressively एट द टॉप ऑफ द ऑर्डर अभी अंडर 25 वगैरह में भी बहुत अच्छा स्ट्राइक रेट से उन्होंने रन बनाए थे ही वाज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट बैटर्स इन द टूर्नामेंट इन द अंडर 25 टूर्नामेंट विद अ वेरी हेल्दी स्ट्राइक रेट सो या एंड ही इज अ लोकल बॉय सो ही is one of the guys who need to be seen and I think he is a wicket keeper as well if I'm not wrong if I can recall properly so we know Ridhman Saha is means he's expected to start with Shubman Gill, but we might see Urvi Patel as well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there are many good aspects to start with in the domestic circuit, right? So many teams are having domestic circuit. IPL is all about bringing the new talents in. Yeah. So anybody else wanna add on Kaushik's points, or is it good?
Couple of very smart overseas purchases they made actually. I mean, they've added Josh Little as basically either a competitor or a backup to Alzari Joseph, which is a super bit of purchase because I think one, it offers them a point of difference with that left arm angle and everything that and all the troubles that come with it for an opposition. That is there. Then he's been one of the most informed pacers in the on the T20 circuit, both international and and franchise T20 circuits. He's been setting the scene on fire, and it's good to finally see a thoroughbred Irish representation in the IPL, which hasn't happened ever. I mean, this is the first time a full-fledged Irish international is taking part in the IPL, and Odean Smith is a decent enough purchase at base price. I mean, it offers them options. I mean, as a late inning slogger, and maybe 2 overs of medium pace is what one should expect from him. I mean, those who thought he could bowl full overs. I mean, yeah. I mean, I 2 minutes of silence for all those misconceptions. But Kane Williamson was a very interesting purchase, but I think also it's a very smart one to me as well because I think one he brings in that experience. I mean, the top order could do with somebody of Kane Williamson's light touch around them. He's rediscovered his form, so as to say. I mean, he's really back in the runs and big runs. I mean, even if it's in a different format. So that's a good thing. And plus, I think his leadership experience will, I think, come in very, very handy for Hardik Pandya, Ashish Nehra this season. I think he could
Right,
be a very, very good hand for them. And let's be honest, I think a bit of that Williamson purchase was kind of influenced by Nehra as well. Nehra has been with Kane for about 3 years at SRH, so he knows what a Kane Williamson could bring to the dressing room as well. I mean, even if he's not playing, he's always he's not somebody who's banging on your door and always demanding to play. He is more than happy to be a bit of a mentor around the place. So it's a very, very smart addition. I think uh, I mean, with the team that they have, I mean, especially in their real batting starts from number 4 or 5 onwards. I think this is a team that could easily, again, I think the playoff is very much attainable for Gujarat this time around. They
right,
definitely are favorites for a playoff spot at least.
right, Abhinav. Right, Abhinav. Very good analysis from Abhinav. I think I wanna speak about Gujarat by himself, but fine. Yeah, and I have got a question there. Not talking about Darshan Nalkande, one of the best birds in our country. I We got a comment from Vinil Reddy.
I would like to add something there if I can. Darshan Nakalde, yes, even in the last time IPL when I think it was a debut season for him because he didn't play for Punjab. So so even then he had a very good reputation as a death bowler, and Gujarat do need a death bowler, in my opinion. And Darshan Nalkande has got the opportunity couple of times in, if I can recall, last year. So yeah, again, and he can hit the ball hard. So the impact rule makes it all for them, in my opinion. The impact rule will depend how much we get to see these players. Another player I can remember, the Yash Dayal, especially it's a ODI World Cup year, so Yash Dayal is one of the player I want to see in the scheme of things of the ODI team of India. So, uh, so, so these guys, it all depends on that impact rule. And yeah, Darshan Alkande is one of the means. Execution wise, he has done really well recently in the last 2 seasons, particularly in for Vidarbha. So it's the biggest stage, and definitely it will only help him grow. But the opportunity, I think, the impact rule will give will be the most important one.
Right, right. Right, that's a good point. So we have one more comment from our regular Robin, who is not here today. He says that he asked that does GT have the resources to overcome the luck factor they had in last season? I want Saurav Bhai to pick that. He has raised his hand.
Saurabh bhai,
Saurabh,
you're
your voice is
mute.
not coming.
I think we can't hear you.
Yeah, you're mute.
Uh, Fine, right? I'm
Yeah,
audible.
fine. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So I think Robin, when Robin commented like this, uh, I don't think so exactly that. Match a team when one wins one match, two match, three match, or crucial matches by luck. I understand, but it's never that you win a tournament with only with a luck.
Right,
It's impossible. It's a hard work. Their team clicked. That's why the reason it's a team game. It's not an individual game. And if you see when required, everybody has really given a good opportunity. They have Rashid Khan. Why we are talking only about Tibetia? Tibetia plays two or three innings really good. Not you
right,
need that kind of team. Out of 15 to 16 matches, one or two players तो मतलब ऐसे खेलना ही पड़ेगा blindfolded. And you are expecting this to happen because if I take an example of 2020, yeah, 2020, right? When exactly CSK did bad, or they have lost matches by the 1 or 2 run or 10, 15 run, which were they supposed to win the matches. They didn't have that Tibetia type of player, or they just got out. Sam Curran got out, or somebody got out, and they didn't able to do it. The question is that it's not about the luck factor you won the tournament. Luck factor for the match, yes, that matters. That match.
right.
And regarding Tibetia, the way he is, he will keep playing like that. So he will give you again. I'm telling you, in this tournament also, he will be giving you uh, 1 or 2 matches where exactly he will coming and 10 ball 35 run, 10 ball 30 runs, 10 ball 25 runs. But now people know exactly how he cannot bat, how they can stop it because it's already 4 5 seasons when exactly he started batting like this. And I didn't find him playing that great in the last year, last 1 year post IPL. I didn't find him playing that great in the local tournaments. Kaushik, please comment if you know well regarding his last 1 year performance. I didn't find him that great. Once again, they got to the playoff because of those victories. Huh? True,
Yeah.
Robin. See,
Just to
when
add, I
exactly you
think
talk, huh.
Right.
Go ahead, Nikhil.
the point that Robin wants to make is that you don't expect Everton to win you 3 games. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with every franchise. And the thing is, the luck factor is also because their wins came out of improbable situations from players who are not that consistent.
Right.
David Miller had a great season after a long time. Rahul Tewatia had a great season after a long time. One game, Rashid Khan hit Jordan for 20 odd. So those kind of things they don't happen very often. So you will you can always discount luck, you can always count luck. But the thing was, it was who stepped up for them and how likely were them to step up. Now, if a Livingston does it, if a Ben Stokes does it, if a Pollard does it, you are not surprised. But if a Rahul Tevat is going to do it 3 4 times against you will definitely feel that it is. And again, that game against who that game was against? There was against Delhi. Maybe there was a overthrow at the bowler's end. Rahul
Punjab Kings.
Tevat then got the strike and then he hit six and they won.
Sorry.
So that is luck. That of course I think India is now used to that. So we'll keep saying sorry.
One more,
right?
Nikhil bhai, one more thing I want to add to that. Luck is there or not? One thing I know. One more thing. He's out of the 5 6s. What he hit, I think 4 6s in over, 5 6s in over. You will see he hit sixes on a bowler's mistake because all on a shorter boundary. All were the
Yeah.
shorter boundaries, 57 to 60-meter boundaries. So it's not about the luck. The bowler also didn't able to
Make it
took the
count.
ball in such way. It seems that his luck was good. His day was meant for him. So it's not you cannot say that it's only the luck he won the tournament. And if Tibetia will not play, it doesn't mean that DT will not win the match. The way
Right.
Hardik is right now batting and bowling, who knows? 3 4 matches, so he will win only because of his bowling and batting. Yes,
Hmm.
and the best.
As long as
And one
he's
more
not
thing,
getting injured, I'm
that's
fine. As
okay.
long as he's not getting injured.
But I'm really amused that everybody is talking about everyone in GT. Yeah, Hardik Pandya, Tibetia, even Tibetia people are talking about. But two players people forget: Joshua Little and Kuna Shidhar Bharat. How can you forget these two guys? Nobody talked about. I didn't find anywhere
I
in entire
Abhilan,
I
wherever
did. I spoke
Because
about Josh Little. I mentioned Josh
I
Little. I mean, and let's be honest. I mean, I'll come back to this entire luck, no luck point. I mean, I kind of agree with what Saurabh said. I'd say that you can. I mean, it's not about. I mean, they could have won. I mean, that luck factor. I mean, it also speaks of clutch mentality players. I mean, these are the kind of players who who often show their true ways when they are in put in a pressure situation. Not every player is able to replicate that same performance in a clutch situation over and over again. It's got to do with how a player's hardwired. I mean, that the hardwiring of players in certain situations, that they just it just happens that they click in a clutch in a pressure situation. So I'd say that Rahul Tewatia is a clutch player who knows exactly when his moments are. He knows his role, what his where does his position stand in a team, and which are his, and he knows how to pick his moments. I mean, it's about you as a player, you pick your moments correctly, and he does that and he's done that uh, better than most other players in the recent past. So uh, I think this is a team which has a lot of clutch mentality players who often they click at the worst of times. They just click together, and it creates what they call as magic. So I think it's about that. I think it's a team having a lot of those. I mean, that classic Jurgen Klopp phrase, mentality monsters. This is a team which has a lot of these mentality monster players.
Yeah. So the
I
Can I
Abhinav,
go in here?
somewhere down the line, somewhere down the line, one thing is there, Abhinav. When you talk about this, looks pretty good. See, the cricket, it's not football, it's cricket. So what happens in cricket basically? What we think, how we propose the game on the paper, it's not gonna to happen. First thing.
Right.
Second,
I
we are
agree.
no,
I
no, I'm not
agree with
coming
that
yet.
point.
I'm not
But there
coming.
is okay.
I agreed to your point. Now, example, why I'm talking about this, as even you see the Robin also says, okay, and Robin also talk about this X Factor thing has come, which may not help GT. Nikhil Bhai is here. See, these guys when they play and win the matches in the group league, that might be 1,000 lakh, some thousand. That's cool.
Mhm.
They predict. They predict with the experience, but that too people need little luck. Last moment, one Manju Bhai. So you need a luck. You need a luck. 1% of luck required. Last ball पे एक single ना हो जाए. जिससे कि इनका हो सकता है वो captain हो, you get a 2 point, and some other person might not have the team and he will get the lead. So my concern is that in cricket, whenever you play is a GT, it's a it's a PSK, it's a XYZ, we should always remember one thing very carefully, that luck is a part of the game, but it doesn't favor. It favors only the brave. It always favors that. And when we all are here, it's only one thing I want to clear, that GT this year also gonna to rock depending upon the situation. In my point of view, for sure, Avide is the real thing. Let's see exactly how it goes. I think Surya wanted to say something. I know Abhinav, you wanted to say something. You
No,
have
it's okay.
controlled well.
Yeah,
And now Surya, you wanted to say something.
just adding to what Abhinav said regarding the mentality monsters. I think that's a very valid point because there are quite a few players. If you look at, if even if it comes to a situation where they have to chase 40, 45 in 3 overs, and you've got Hardik Pandya or David Miller there, or even a Tewatia. I mean, I know that he's probably one notch lower than the other two that I mentioned, but you just know that the game is never over. Last year, Rashid Khan hit, I think, 20 plus in the last over of Marco Jansen in one of the games. So it's, this team is built, they've got players who are just built different under pressure, and they just back themselves to get the job done. I think the worrying sign is if one or two of them don't necessarily hit their best form, because you just feel that someone like Tewatia at 6, he might be batting one spot higher, or Rashid at 7 might be batting one spot higher. So I was actually wondering if, with Hardik back to full bowling fitness, will they try and rework their combination to infuse an extra batter? But now there is a possibility, because of the impact player again, that they stick to the same combination if they're batting first. And if they feel that they're in trouble, they infuse someone in as a collapse arrester, and then just back Tewatia to give 1 or 2 overs, and then Hardik to bowl those 4 overs again. They'll still not lose much with their bowling. That's one advantage they've got.
In their 11 itself, they've got a Sai Kishore who can
Sai Kishore,
play that, who can
collapse
be
arrester,
what that term that came into being last year, pinch blocker.
pitch blocker, which
He
Ashwin
can be
did
used
pretty
as
well
that
for
pinch
Rajasthan.
blocker sort of a player who could kind of just arrest a bit of a collapse, and give a bit of stability, be a bit of a disposable wicket, and still allow Hardik, David Miller, Rashid, Tewatia to all come in towards the end and get the job done. So I think they do have one of that in their 11 itself, in the 11 that they can field itself.
No,
Absolutely.
adding to
And
that, they
And
have
also
also
I think
added Odin Smith now, Odin Smith, and as well as Shivam Mavi as well. So their actually finishing powers have been increased. Actually, this is a team that actually focuses more on those mid ladder and finishers as well. And if you look at the last season, they also had the best death bowlers. So T20 is all about these two aspects. I feel like more of a finisher. So the
Uh,
finishers role, it's actually pressure gets distributed among them. Their actually
I'm
pressure starts from Hardik Pandya, number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya is playing at number 4.
Yes, actually, that's the key area of T20. If you feel they already have Gill on the top order, in the top order, and now they are adding KS Bharat, and now also Kane Williamson is also coming. So they actually have a very settled top order, and they don't need to worry much about the batting since they have one of the best finishers of IPL. And now they have added Shivam Mavi, Odin Smith, and even Aljari Joseph is also actually improved very much in batting. He's looking very great. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, they were lucky enough to get those players. Not the luck favored. They were lucky enough to get those players. Yeah.
Right, right, Kaushik. Yeah.
Just want to conclude here. They have the best finisher of IPL. They have the best finisher of Indian domestic circuit. Okay. The impact rule changes a lot of things for them, especially. And I wanted KS Bharat last year in GT because the way they gave that team was coming out after the auction, there was a conundrum who will bat in the 3 or 4 positions. So the captain took the responsibility himself, and that was, I think, one of the main reason Gujarat maintained that consistency because Hardik Pandya raised his hand that he will do that job. And yeah, of course, it allowed him to do that job because there were a couple of options down the order which they gave the opportunity. And the thing about the luck, I think the luck factor, yeah, I agree to some point, but yeah, that is cricket. I guess that is the most simple thing we can conclude it here. And the most importantly, they have kept it simple. So people who are thinking more and more and more, maybe they are they are terming it as luck because they won and by keeping the thing simple.
Right, Kaushik.
फाइट मत
And
फाइट मत करवा कौशिक. फाइट मत करवा, रहने दे. जैसे कि जर्सी जो तूने पहनी हुई है ना, वो फेक वाला इमोशन के मत कर, इसको लेके झगड़ा मत कर अभी, वरना रॉबिन अभी कूद जाएगा, ये आ जाएगा तेरे को पकड़ने. ठीक है guys, I think Anuj didn't able to talk much about GT. I
yes,
think he didn't. हाँ, मतलब I found out that he's not that interested in GT. Might be in another
No, no,
team.
no,
yeah,
not like
So
that. Actually, I
so
had the
here we
same point that Abhinav had. Same with
right. That's why
Kane Williamson.
so if I said Abhinav is our Sanjay, there is a reason behind it because when he says everything comes in between, and you can take topic, you can talk, you write a book. See in the right now talk about see in the if we have to say something about now Inder has to gear up. Shall we 11 after that Inder? Yeah. Inder, can we start Kings 11? Punjab is sorry. Sorry. It is Kings Punjab.
Punjab Kings.
Kaushik's Kaushik's sponsor Kaushik's
No,
sponsorship has Gulf, so you can
somebody's
tell
telling
about the Gulf between GT and the other teams.
I think somebody, people on stream doesn't understand Hindi, so somebody is asking us to only talk in English.
So there will be a
No
problem.
problem.
One thing about there will be a problem, sir. that there are so many other guys are also there who might not even able to understand the English also. So that's why then we are trying to keep it as a English and Hindi, whichever way people
Right.
can make it. Not 100% long period, it is 1.5 hour video. So if it is little bit of Hindi, little bit of most of the English, it will be fun.
It's cricket is a language, not a like specific language. Yeah. You're,
100% clap for this.
You got it, bro. You
It's
got it, man. You
emotion.
got it. Love
yes.
it.
It's
Love it.
emotion. It's emotion.
Yes.
It's emotion. Okay, but guys, right now we have done with the GT. Just before going to the GT, I just want to ask this question because tomorrow is going to be GT versus CSK. So, what we all think, people think here that GT, what will be the GT's position 1 to 10 this time? Will they qualify?
I think they'll be third. I think they'll finish third.
Finish third. Finish third. Okay. So third.
Second.
Second.
रावण राम जी की लीला अपरंपार हो गई क्या? आ जाओ तुम तो वहां बैठ के फिलोसफी झाड़ना बंद कर, इधर आके बात कर.
Ah,
हाँ राइट. एवरीबॉडी ऑन थ्री. रैम्पी,
हाँ मैं नहीं आ
यू आर
सकता
आल्सो
हूँ
थ्री.
या
नहीं
2-2
Rampi,
मतलब
Rampi has a problem. Ram has a problem.
second
नो 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 नो
position.
नो नो सेकंड
या
पोजीशन मतलब रनर्स अप यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट.
नहीं नहीं लीग स्टेज में सेकंड पोजीशन.
अच्छा अच्छा लीग में. मंजू सर.
I don't know what if they struggle to find the combination of last year and they struggle to qualify. So maybe fifth for them.
Same.
Sometimes new players can have an issue, like
Looking tough.
have a problem.
It's looking tough.
I am just scared about one thing. Don't, if you're saying six to now, don't say Delhi or somebody or KKR or the CSK to be six again. Okay, there's no two-person can, the two team can stay on a sixth position. That's why it comes
Yeah,
like.
that is why I said it second, because I have number one in my mind. So
Oh,
Ah,
that is
super.
why I
savage.
said
Okay,
second.
one second. So we have a guy named Rishi Kumar who put the comment as a one is RCB, two is CSK, three is the SRH, four is Kolkata. I
That
think
guy.
Kolkata, even Subayan will join and say that he's having doubt, even though they should be playing. But again, I still think that KKR will do
No,
better
no.
this time.
Saurabh bhai,
I don't know
Saurabh
why.
bhai. Rishi is the one
Okay,
who got replaced.
how?
Yeah,
Oh,
There are few.
wow,
okay,
power
I got
cut,
it.
power cut.
I got it. I got it. Manju bhai, replaced by. Okay.
Okay.
Anuj,
Impact player.
Am I audible?
Anuj.
Yes, yes,
हाँ
Inder.
इंदर तेरे पास आ रहा है.
Anuj.
एक मिनट रुक जा. अनुज के ऊपर है अभी कौन सा पोजीशन पे जाएगा.
कौन सा टीम?
G- GT, GT.
GT ना, yes, third. I think
Yes.
SRH are the strongest, and CSK, because of those 7 games in Chepauk, थोड़ा.
Anuj, our question is,
He's only
what
GT.
would be the only GT?
Yes.
तो ग्रैंड ट्रंक रोड पे इसकी गाड़ी कितने नंबर पे रुकेगी 1 to 10 में?
Third.
जीटी की थर्ड. हाँ बहुत सारे लोग थर्ड बोल रहे हैं. निखिल भाई.
हाँ,
सब थर्ड डिग्री का इस्तेमाल कर
I
रहे हैं.
agree with no, I agree with Manju sir. I think fifth. It is not easy always to rely on close wins. Every time it may not work in your way. The thing why Gujarat worked last year was many people did not know how they'll play. Now they have a very clear idea that how they will play, what are their plans, who do they target. So I think the teams will be better prepared. So they may still win a lot of close games. They could still go on to win the title. But last year they had a lot of outlier performances from their inconsistent players. If it happens again, they deserve to qualify and they will win. But normal logic says it may not always happen. So, and I think it will be very competitive. So they may only miss out on the playoff spot, maybe by net run rate, but I think they'll finish fifth or fourth. So probably fifth, I think.
right.
Surya.
I think third or fourth, because I don't think he top two में आएंगे. But at the same time, I think the biggest USP that GT have is their bowling unit. They seem to have a lot of bases covered with their bowling, and I think that will still take them a long way. And that was actually one of the big factors last year. You know, as much as we talk about their close finishes, I think their bowlers were extremely consistent. So I think they might come third or fourth. they have it in them to qualify. They look slightly better than last year, but again, it's going to center around a couple of players again. Whether Miller and Tewatia can deliver that season again, and I think a big season is loading for Shubman Gill. I personally feel that.
Superb.
Just one more thing. I think GT are in the rare position that they can rest a frontline Indian pacer and be able to bring in another frontline Indian pacer. I mean, if they want. I mean, the fact that they were able to get Shivam Mavi gives them that flexibility. That suppose they want to tell Shami to just rest his feet in the ice bucket and chill. With the World Test
I mean
Championship
that
final comes up,
most
they're in that position to make that change.
But I think there are other teams as well. There is SRH who could possibly have a
Yeah,
three people
SRH,
who could play.
SRH,
And
SRH, and yeah,
I think, and Shami, see, to be very honest, India got back Shami, but you know what we get with Shami. So it's not that
exactly.
they are going to rest. Shami is like not Jofra Archer. Even Jofra Archer is not Jofra Archer right now. So I think you'll have. I think it will be one of the key aspects of this IPL as well, because people are going to travel a lot. So
Yes,
you will
traveling will.
invariably have to rest players. You will have to rest
Yes,
Alzari Joseph somewhere. You'll have to rest Shami. Even, I mean, they're probably one of the only squads with Hyderabad who don't have any other injury. So I think they are
hmm
blessed in that way already. That they are beginning with the best possible 11, and then they'll have to figure out that how to be rest and rotate.
except that I think they'll be missing David Miller at least for the first game for sure.
Yeah, that's
Might
not injury.
That's not an injury
Two
thing.
games. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, first two games they'll be missing David Miller because of that Netherlands series.
Okay, guys, that's good. I there we are listening a lot about everyone, but again, I'm getting a request from Arnab Da. So Arnab is actually so passionate right now about hearing or listening Inder's voice. So Inder, please say talk little about GT and say exactly at what position you are seeing them as a team.
Well, I don't see GT qualifying. Why? Because there are some chinks in their armor in the playing 11. Last time around, some of their players they got saved because others were performing. Right? There was Matthew Wade who didn't have that great a season, but he somehow got saved by the other guys who were performing. And then as you people discussed about Rahul Tewatia, he also had a pretty whatever he was touching was turning into gold. And now there's this another issue. What I see in GT's lineup is number three position. Last time they didn't have such a big name or anchor who could anchor their innings. This time they are having one in form of Kane Williamson, but I'm not sure about Kane Williamson's T20 game. That has gone down drastically. It is not that Kane Williamson of that Northern Knights or Canterbury. So his game has drastically gone down. Number three is a very important position in any form of cricket. You have Shubman Gill, who's a bank, who'll give you those runs, and then you have actually this is a likely playing 11. You have Williamson at three, and then you have Matthew Wade at four because David Miller is not playing. Again, you have two players at three and four who are totally not tested, who haven't had played a lot of T20 cricket, and even if they have played, they haven't done anything, colossal or big to be counted. So again, I feel this will come up to 2 to 3 players who may have a good day, who may have a good 2 or 3 games, but then number three and four is going to hurt them. I don't see them qualifying. Number five.
Thanks, Inder. So I think we all come to the somewhere down the line that what I found out in my personal opinion, we all 10 people sitting here, they me sorry, excuse me. It's a borderline of the top four they might be, but chances are less that they will able to qualify. So yeah, best of luck, GT. We will see you tomorrow with CSK, and then let's go to RR. Rajasthan Royals. Let's halla bol. Vallabh, we cannot hear you.
Vallabh, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, Chatter Vallabh is without the chatter again. Yeah, that's
Not audible.
yeah. No.
You are not audible, Vallabh. Anyway, regarding RR,
What was audible was not audible.
I'm still not
okay,
audible.
fine. Let's start with the.
Now
Yes,
better.
you are.
Better.
You are.
You have to
Let's get
make
back to
you have to
RR.
make Audible a partner for this show so that they can sponsor the chat, and then you can be more audible.
Fine, fine. Let's move to RR. Fine.
Trust Ramanju sir.
Okay, let's start with Manju sir with
Let's
RR because somewhere down the line we missed his wittiness a lot in GT. I hope he will bring the Halla bowl with Chahal kind of stuff. Let's
No, RR actually, it's a very surprising franchise actually. Many times, always on paper, they look as though they can go the full distance, but something or the other happens and they struggle. And I don't know, many times they are, most of the time they struggle in this numbers 5, 6, 7. Most of the time the matches get stuck over there, whether it's the finishing or it's, they bowl the important overs, the bowlers who bowl the crucial overs. So that way, it would be good if how Sanju Samson rallies behind his troops this time and gets them. So
I'll come in with RR. I mean, they were brilliant in the auction. I think some of their purchases were very, very astute and sensible. I think
in a
Jason
short,
Holder at
very
five.
short time, they purchased a lot of overseas players. So
Yeah,
it
I mean this
let's
time,
see how that works out.
huh. So this time, I mean, Jason Holder at 5.75 crore was a steal, was a genuine steal because it automatically solves their entire number seven issue because that was the entire bane of their existence last year, and they somehow kept managing to find a way around it. This time they've got a proper, it's a round peg in a round hole situation this time. So that's a very sensible purchase. I love the purchase of Akash Vashisht at base price at 20 lakh. That is an astute purchase for somebody who's been a very very consistent domestic performer for Himachal over the last two seasons in the white ball tournaments especially. And what it also does is it kind of gives them that option that one, they can either use him as an impact player, or two, they can use him as a bit of a if Devdutt Padikkal is again not going to give them substantial returns, especially from number four. I think that they can easily push maybe a Rian Parag up at four and tell him to take that responsibility and have Akash Vashisht pairing up with Jason Holder in that role towards the end. So I think they've got and plus they'll add overs with his left arm spin as well, which is again it gives them options. And so they look a lot more settled this time around. Only thing that they probably lack is a backup to Jason Holder. They still don't. There is no backup to him to his for his position. So if something happens that I mean, with all the traveling and all, if he's either rested or if he breaks down, it might create a major hurdle. Then they don't have Prasidh Krishna, but they've kind of replaced him with Sandeep Sharma, who's more of a one-phase bowler. He's basically four overs at top and it's done. So I think, and one doesn't know how fit Kuldeep Sen is going to be right now because he's not played a game since his India ODI debut in Bangladesh. So they look a little. I mean, that pace bowling lineup looks a touch shaky, but I think they still got enough in their bank, and they'll have to try and budget in for an off season for Josh Butler. I think they have to budget in that he will not be able to. It's going to be very very difficult. One doesn't know whether he'll be able to hit those same numbers again and again this season. So they'll have to budget in that if Butler fails, who is the guy who picks up the slack? So they'll have to figure that out as well.
Right, and
And I think there's also a fitness cloud over Robert McCoy. That's another issue.
I have to say one thing. I am always anti and always against that Howard Sanjay should not be the first speaker because he concluded all the
everything.
points.
Yes,
What is it, dude?
he spoke
Doing
everything.
I will make sure to add something which he is not told.
Oh, that's the
So
thing. But हाँ नहीं
One
कौन सी
second.
तेरे को तो मैंने क्वेश्चन
Inder,
पूछा
Inder.
नहीं नहीं कौन सी क्वेश्चन आ रहा है लिखे नहीं, इसके बाद
I,
मेरे बाद एक क्वेश्चन नहीं, एक क्वेश्चन। कौशिक, वो जो हमारे रेयान प्रयाग भैया है sorry, उन्होंने कुछ सपना देखा था या उनका कुछ कुछ सपने में आया था ना कि वो 4 छक्का मारेंगे इस बार आईपीएल में। तो
मारेंगे
ये
मारेंगे।
बताइए वो कितने मैचेस में मारेंगे? नहीं, कैप्टन उसी मैच में बनाएंगे चलो बोल।
अरे ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, मारेंगे वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि यू वांट अ प्लेयर लाइक हिम टू एक्चुअली बैट एट फोर्थ. आई थिंक आई डोंट अग्री विद राजस्थान पुटिंग हिम एट 5 or 6. द
नो
कॉमन सेंस इज
निखिल भाई,
5 or 6. हाँ
निखिल भाई, ये लग रहा होगा कि मैंने मजाक में पूछ रहा हूँ। व्हाई आई एम
नहीं नहीं
सेइंग
नहीं,
दिस
मजाक
इन
में नहीं.
हाउ मेनी मैचेस? द रीजन behind it, if you hit one match ना, people say it's a fluke or luck. If you can hit
That is what
multiple
I'm
sixes
coming
in a
to.
multiple matches,
It is,
No, Adnan,
you
track
don't
this
have to
model.
hit multiple sixes in
How is the
multiple matches.
bowling?
That's what,
Kaushik, how is the
and
bowling these days? Because शायद bowling की भी जरूरत पड़ सकती है टीम.
हाँ, he's a very good competent all-rounder.
हाँ निखिल
see, I
भैया
think
बोल.
with Riyan, see, I think with Riyan Parag, it's also very important to clear the public image, because they go after a player who's not able to do the toughest role that is there in white ball cricket. There are people who spend their careers trying to perfect the role that a number 5, number 6, number 7 guy tries to do. And here they've put in a youngster who's yet to get his best game. So the thing is, if you give him 4 and it doesn't work out there, even still he has the age and the time to get better, to know his tempo and what tempo I want to play the game. India's best players, they, how many great IPLs did Yuvraj Singh have? You don't have to count on your fingers. So that is why I think it's very important even for the public eye to have the expectations very real and be very practical about people, because what they do on the field or off the field doesn't matter. We can just sit and talk about their dances, their celebrations, focus on their game, see what he's doing in the what he did in the last competition that he played, see how many runs he scored, see how many wickets he took. And the one thing that the impact will also help with is it will reduce the workload, say, on somebody like a Jason Holder or even a Riyan Parag with the ball, because you will not need that. People will come in with 11 for that particular bowling effort. You could easily say they're playing in Chepak. They could simply swap out one of the batters after Riyan has batted, maybe, or somebody else, get in an air machine also. So the impact player will also help them just focus on their best skill. So I think if Riyan Parag gets to bat at 4 or 5, this could be the break. There are two people that I feel they should strongly come out this season. One of them is Riyan Parag, and other is Sarfaraz Khan. We'll talk about Sarfaraz Khan later, but I think Riyan Parag is a very, for Rajasthan to do well, it is, as you know, Manjubai rightly said at the top, 5, 6, 7, you need an Indian player to do well. You can't always rely on the teams that have won the IPL. How many times? Hardik Pandya. Just look at the Pandya. So look at, see, you had Dhoni at 6, you had people like him at 6 and 7 who could do the job for their side. That's why they went on to win the tournament. Miller and Devata did it last year. So you need a very firing engine room to win the tournament, and that's what I hope Riyan Parag gets to. Sorry if I sounded like Riyan Parag FC, but I think it's very important to get that out.
Perfect.
No,
Perfect. I think I'll
निखिल
agree.
भाई, निखिल भाई, आपने इतना कुछ बोला, मुझे 2 चीज अच्छे समझ में आया, जो मैं 4 साल से बोलता आ रहा हूँ. We need players at number 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 who played, failed, hit, did amazing, did fail, but in that position. What we do in Indian cricket is
We
very
put
different.
openers at 4, 5, 6. We put openers at 5, 6, 7. Tell
That I always
Arey,
said.
you are the best.
That
See, that is actually, you know what? Actually, it's also a system problem. That we train
past 2
everybody
years,
to be a top order batter. We
2
want
years I'm
everybody
putting
to be
this
a top
concept.
order batter. See, I think the KL Rahul put a very good
No.
insight. It's also,
We
just hear me out. I think KL Rahul put a very good insight in his interview with Gaurav Kapoor, where he said that when I was not getting into the side, I was wondering what was enough. So 400 was not enough, 500 was not enough. So I had a 600 season. It is the system that is always promoting more runs. It's not promoting
Run.
impact. So the moment we start promoting more impact, that's when you will have a 5, 6, and which is natural middle order player, because they know what to do in that situation. India were blessed, lucky, bagged, whatever to get Yuvraj MS at the time they did. But even Rahul Dravid ensured, this only Rahul Dravid, the same Rahul Dravid that everybody goes after for fun, okay, they get enough chances in that role. See, results are not always in your hands, but you need to prepare for the worst case also. So I think that is the reason you why like somebody like Riyan Parag, coming back to him, that put him at a place where you feel he's likely to do well. Just don't prepare him to fail. This is you're just setting it up. Okay, bhai, nobody has worked. You come in and work. And then if he doesn't work and he drops something, people are like, dude, he's not useful. Are, but you did not even give him the best chance. So let's see how that goes. And there are only very few players who make you very react very strongly. So maybe Riyan Parag from the next gen is that one once he gets older.
We need players exactly, and if a player like a Ryan Prab or player like a Sarfaraz Khan or player like them, we need to support them. Who will support? Because social media plays like a villain sometimes, play like a hero. For example, what's happening with Sanju Samson? For example, I have no offense to anyone, but people say that Sanju Samson should play XYZ. We are talking about RR right now. In that case, I just put the Sanju name. Sanju is a very good player, but again, where? Question is that you have to remove someone to play someone. And what I found out that opportunity cost plays a big role in social media in terms of Indian cricket. जो खेल रहा है ना बाबा अगर वो गलती से भी आउट हो गया dude somebody else is sitting over there he would have been hit 10 sixes in 5 balls 10 sixes in 5 balls क्योंकि ये mind if you run through
Yeah, with Rajasthan, the only issue I see, Abhinav covers mostly everything, so not much is left. But still, I'll somehow,
Yeah.
try to
Inder,
put
what
up
do
my
you feel
points.
about the bowling attack of Rajasthan?
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm going to talk about. When I'm making this 11, I see five bowling options, including Jason Holder. But the issue is Jason Holder is not the same. I mean, he's sort of a bowling all-rounder. He's not the same bowler which he used to be quite 3-4 years back. He is getting nailed almost everywhere. Got nailed 2 days back against that game, against South Africa as well. And now Sandeep Sharma, as Abhinav said, he is one-dimensional bowler because we know it very well. We know Sandeep Sharma. So he'll give you a good power play. He'll give you a good third or fourth over. And then if you try to use him, that is, then you are inviting trouble for yourself. So and then I see if you take out Jason Holder, you're only left with four bowling options, which is a case of trouble for them. So anyways, their bowling looks bleak to me.
Inder, do you think Zampap and Chahal playing together?
I've always said this. You have a lot of Indian spinners doing well in domestic cricket. You need to give them the opportunities. Our spinners are good enough to get into the 11s. So I
no
don't think buying overseas spinners, left arm or leg spinners or off spinners makes any sense.
Right.
I'll kind of agree with what Inder said, but I'll just put it simply. RR's overseas combinations makes it impossible for them to play a Zampa in that
Right.
lineup. It is impossible. They can't do that. I mean,
Hmm.
because Holder is a necessity. They'll have to play him. Butler they can't drop. They can't, and they're definitely not going to drop Shimron Hetmeyer or Trent Bolt. I mean, I mean, automatically closes the door.
Some last stuff I want to add. I would like to see one game or two, or just a single game. I would like to see Donovan coming in.
Donovan
I've seen him. I've seen him in the South African setup, and
Yes.
I just
Yes.
want to see that guy once splitting up the IPL.
He'll play in Chennai. That will be perfect. If he Donovan can play at Chepauk and bowl off spin to Moin, Jadeja, Sam Curran, then not Sam Curran, Ben
But
Stokes,
they
then
already
I
have
want
two
to see
keepers,
how.
right? Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's not about
as
the
Nikhil
keeping.
Bhai
Yeah.
said now, that at some point of time you're going to rest your main players, your key players. So Butler resting in one of the games and Donovan coming in and just going having
I
fun.
think they could rest
Just
Holder at Chepauk. I don't think you need Holder as much as
And
Chepauk as
one more thing, one more thing. Do you
Joe
think
Root might
Root
come
will
into.
get here? Yeah, Root. Root
Joe
will
Root
get
might
here.
come in there. There's a
Yeah,
chance.
Chepa.
If they rest
Chepa.
one of their players, there's a chance that he could get a
he's
goal
a
in
very
there.
good player. He's a very good player of spin bowling. So you expect him to come into these slow sticky services, maybe Chepauk or Lucknow. Or
And
Yeah, any
Hyderabad.
bowls.
No,
Hyderabad is
Hyderabad.
not slow, it's sticky, but yeah, he can.
It's a flat deck.
Okay.
Yeah, also, talking about RR, just like how we discussed about GT, how they stacked up with the middle orders and finishers, RR is stacked up with top heavy batting units. They are all conventional batsmen. If you look at Parag as well, he's capable of number three or number four. Uh, the only area I feel is their finishing is not that stronger. Maybe
Hmm.
yeah, in their home ground, it is kind of a chasing ground. So just like how we were discussing about GT, if teams like if teams identify their weaknesses, they can be actually they may not be performing well in those crucial matches, knockout matches.
hmm.
It all depends
And
on their top order. Yeah,
just to be sure, the RR were last year runners-ups. They reached final last year.
yeah, GT or winners,
Yeah, and RR were finalists, right? Yeah,
exactly
Kaushik.
the same. Yeah,
So definitely, I would like to speak on the most of the things were already covered by Nikhil Bhaiya in the cricketing terms, because that is obviously the reason I was upset when Rajasthan once again bought him in the mega auction last year. So I was very much upset because I was pretty much sure that they were going to do the same thing with him. But last year, after the after the final loss, Sangakkara did say that they will look to promote him up the order. And this time, the couple of buys, the domestic players, or even the buy of Jason Holder, do give us the idea that Rian might get to come up the order. And even if you see the sample size which he had, I will not say in batting position, but even if we see the entry point last year, he had a very early entry point against RCB, and we know what happened. Just let's ignore that he got in front of Harshal Patel at the end, but he played a wonderful innings. See, he's that kind of a player who can, means in cricketing terms, just saying in the short form that he builds it up and he explode at the end. He has done it so many times for Assam that it's very difficult to overlook such a player. And whatever he has done in the recently concluded this local league here in Assam in Guwahati, I think because of that tournament he has tweeted that whatever he the four sixes, the kind of thing he has tweeted, means the power hitting thing was never there for him in my opinion. But he has built he has built in such a player that he's so confident of his power game now. And maybe in this, that is a blessing in disguise, because RR has given him that role. Maybe he want to do that role, and that kind of player will always go up. In my opinion, that kind of player will always grow, who doesn't complain, because he had such a different role for his state team. That is a comfortable position, but RR has always put in one of the most difficult position in cricket, not only T20 cricket in general. The finishing problem has been always there for India, for so many teams, for so many successful teams. So expecting a 17-18 year old player to do that from the start of his IPL career, such a young career, he's just 21, 22 hardly now. And But the main thing which makes him different from the crowd is his mind. His mind is totally different. It's not like, see, we wouldn't have got MS Dhoni if he would have continued playing that down the order under the captaincy of Ganguly. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, he could have might done him some, but Ganguly himself said that player नीचे नहीं बनते, player ऊपर ही बनते. So
Rohit Sharma. You wouldn't
yeah,
have
Rohit Sharma,
Rohit Sharma. The
another Rohit
story
Sharma.
would
Yeah.
have been.
So I will not write him off until and unless he doesn't play up the order. If he's not there, if he's not, give him some consistent chance there also. But if he's not coming good, then you
I
have to
think we
replace him.
should talk about a few more. I think we should talk about a few more players. I understand that we really love Riyad Mahrez because especially the way our Indian team's condition going on as a 5, 6, 7, we need
Yeah,
more players who can
definitely.
go.
Yeah, yeah. If you see the one day team going, if you, yeah, if you see the one day team going around, Saurabh sir.
सौरभ भाई आपका माइक का प्रॉब्लम है शायद योर माइक इज नॉट गुड
Uh, so
So there's a
so
question from
that
Arnab Dada.
that Okay.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
question
I'll
is,
it's to
yeah,
you, Manju
you
sir.
can take it. Anyone on the panel you want to take it, you please go
No,
ahead.
no,
Then
you take it.
Yeah, I also feel the current
please.
RR looks like Sunrise of previous years, like how they used to have David Warner, Kane Williamson, and lack those middle order players, and we used to have better bowling. So I feel we are replicating the same thing now.
Ashwin's role in this team, I see, is of bowling on those tough lines, coming up with some pitches, dismissing the main, or or someone who could take the game away, some like he did with Russell, and keeping those runs in check. And then the on the other hand, Chehel to come into the play, bowl those lobbed leg spin deliveries, batsmen trying to hit and throwing their wickets away. This is what I see Ashwin's do.
I think Anuj wanted to say something.
Yeah, yeah. Anuj is keen to talk. Yes, Anuj.
Yeah, I wanted to
Finally.
know that Sanju Samson this year may have a different role. If DDP bats at three and Riyan Parak bats at four, and then maybe Sanju somewhere has that somewhere at the back of the mind. I'm sure that won't be his priority right now, but the middle order spot in the Indian team, now with Sky failing, all want Sanju Samson back, and his numbers speak volumes about that in the 10 matches that he has played. So does he take that middle order role now? No, bats at number five. So that will be something I want to see this season, because he started his journey as a top order batter, then now slipped down to 3 4. Now how he does well at five, that is something that I want to see. What you all think about it?
I actually agree with what Amit said. I think there is definitively there's merit to what he said. I think if Sanju decides to take up the responsibility of trying to be to add to the finishing power of the Rajasthan Royals, and be basically uh, be able to link himself with Jason Holder in that role. I think it could create that option, that especially for the ODI team as well, that India can look at him as being a possible number five in the ODI setup, and if he has a great season, even for the T20 setup for sure. I think he's been ignored for far too long, and I think it's a tad too unfair that he's getting overlooked, especially with the failures that the middle order has seen in the white ball games recently. So I think it's important to see how he goes about. And RR playing the spin duo Ashwin and Chahal, of course they will be playing. I think there's no questions about
In
that.
the
They
light
will be
of the
definitely
impact
going
rule,
to start
yeah, I would
with
like to
Chahal.
ask all of you the same thing, that in the light of this impact rule, does it make sense to name both of them, play both of them together, or you can always swap them out? Nikhil sir, what do you?
Firstly, don't call me sir. I'm not even like worth calling sir in that sense. But I think you can't say. I think they both will definitely start. Uh, you can swap one of them out because the one is not great at fielding at all. So let's not name, because we know who that person is. So you can use somebody else in that regards. And also to the point of the Indian side, I think if this season Chahal again continues to loop the ball, flight it, he's again going to travel 90 meters, 80 meters, 90 meters everywhere. I think the memo is very clear from the likes of Rashid, Hasaranga, Zampa. Quick wrist spin is the way to go. People are not afraid to take the bowling on. So while there will always be merit on good decks where you can still slide and get wickets, they will always have a Chepauk to counter your Wankhede or other places. But they are going to play at Jaipur. Controlling runs at Jaipur is not easy. It's a very quick outfield. The moment the ball goes out of the 30-yard circle, you have to collect it. You can't even field it. So I think in that sense, the form of the two spinners is very critical. I think they'll start with both, and only if somebody tapers off completely will they not name them in the 11. Because again, see, you have to be very practical. This league, however forward or proactive it may be, is still Indian. You will always be catering to seniors first. So they will always be in the 11. I mean, they're doing that with the national team. So there's no doubt they will do it with the franchise team for sure. So I think they'll both start. And then as per the need, because see the other thing is they don't have experience apart from these two in terms of their bowling. Prasid they had, but apart from that, Kuldeep is very young, and you have Sandeep as well. Again, Sandeep is someone who could potentially be a guy who just bowls his four and then goes off. He doesn't take any part in the game, and
True.
they could get in a domestic batter uh, to just fill that role later. So I think the
Impact.
impact role will actually the impact player in tactics and also in terms of usage of people better. I think it will help a lot of Indians, be it seniors or juniors.
I had just one question for Kaushik. Kaushik, bro, there's been a bit of this buzz about this Kerala player Abdul Basit, who's now joined up with RR. I mean, what's the latest? What's the dope that you have on him? I mean, is he pretty? Is he decent enough? I mean, could there be a chance for him to feature?
Yeah, and as he takes your question, then everyone can just tell their predictions for RR. So let Kaushik take your question first.
Abdul Basit guy, if I remember well, he was hitting Umran Malik. So, and if I remember well, I can be wrong because I have talked about him in a lot of platform. So that is one thing, and the impact rule particularly will help RR in some way due to that reason, because the likes of Abdul Basit, the likes of Akash Vashisht, and another guy is there, a wicketkeeper batter, 20-year-old
Kunal.
Kunal Rathore. So
Kunal.
that is a proper hitter of the matlab, proper stroke player. Means yeah, definitely raw because he's a 20-year-old guy, but he has also got the role of finishing or playing down the order in whatever matches he played inside Mushtaq Ali Trophy. He made his debut across all formats this time in this season in Rajasthan. So these are the guys who can come in, replace the likes of Sandeep, replace the likes of Yuzi Chahal, who doesn't mean we know how the ability of Yuzi Chahal. So with the bat, so this way it gonna help, and also it individually gonna help a player, which is not going to be a common sight. Individually, it will help Riyan Parag in some way. So
Right.
that point of view as well. Just to conclude that, and I'm really expecting Kuldeep Sen to have a big responsibility this time, in absence of especially Prasidh Krishna, and also it's a ODI World Cup year, so big thing on his shoulder. And the prediction, right, Manju sir?
Yeah,
Yes.
prediction. Yes.
Yeah, I think the finishing part, I agree. According to venue and all, the finishing part will be difficult one, will be a tricky one. So I think they will miss out at the end, sixth or fifth.
I would go with
The
yeah. Let's go with Rampy. Your prediction.
Yeah, I feel RR might finish fifth. They might not reach the playoff stage because of
Okay.
that finishing thing. Yeah.
Right. Right. Inder fourth. So they're gonna qualify. Okay. Inder is not gonna speak. I think he's having his dinner again. Fine. Surya bhai.
No, no.
He's he's almost like Sarfraz Khan is going to
my
the other
um,
Sarfraz.
Sarfraz Ahmed, yes. And
Right. Right.
like since Manju Bhai brought him up, I'm going to use the same famous words. My answer also is the same, nothing different. I feel they're going to be either fifth or sixth. I think they'll come close and they'll miss out because it's finishing with the bat, but also with the ball. I think there's if Obed McCoy is not fit, and in Prasid's absence, they'll have to start with Trent Bolt now. Death bowling is a worry. So if Chahal endures a tough year and they don't get those wickets in the middle overs, I find it tough. So I'm going to say fifth or sixth. I think they'll come close, but they'll miss out.
Right. Right. Nikhil bhai.
I think they'll finish fourth. I'm only backing on their usage of resources. I feel they'll not have it easy, but I think they have one of the most progressive units. Even though I do feel they may stick to seniors, but they'll be able to use them better. I mean, for a team to have Ashwin retire out in the IPL, they have enough to use the resource better. So fourth.
Also, their Taranhar Butler and then the Hetmeyer, they'll make sure they'll somehow just go through that number four spot. They'll somehow reach it. It's not
Right.
going to
Right.
be too tough for them.
Right, right. Done. Anuj bhai.
Yeah, I also agree with Surya that five, sixth, fifth, sixth is what I feel, because as a Robin, that comment he mentioned for GT, it's absolutely valid here that Butler won't always win you games, and it took sensational, like it took a sensational season for two players, Butler and Hetmeyer, to literally carry them into the playoffs, and then you saw in the final, what happened. So although their batting depth issue is solved, it's just that there is some issues, somewhere maybe DDP plays a bit too slow in a couple of knocks, and
Right,
that costs them. So those things are always there, So a lot of things have to go right if Rajasthan have to qualify. It seems that way.
right, right. Cool, cool. Manju bhai.
Yeah, they if their batting doesn't click, they are very much in danger of wooden spoon. But I would like to see them coming in fourth position. So I also like, since we always feel these teams RCB, RR, and Punjab, they have never had the slice of luck going their way until the last few years. So I think it will be good if they qualify.
Right, right. Saroda.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Oh, thank God, finally. So, in my point of view, RR is, I think, as we talked already initially time, that RR is the only team exactly which looked like qualifying every year because of their mindset, the way Shane Warne started in 2008. It's a team of rock stars. Each and everybody, even if they give the opportunity to the layman's bowler, layman's batsman, like layman in the sense of that might be other people doesn't know about them. Am I audible?
No, at least for the time we've spent on RR, they should qualify. That's what I feel.
Absolutely, absolutely. This GT and this guy Arang, because we have given our 1 hour 7 minutes and
So I
now
think
Uh,
10 seconds now.
I'll ask Vallabh to take away go on to Delhi Capitals. Vallabh.
Don't feed
I'll
ideas into
just
Vallabh's head, वरना
quick
फिर से SRH का
If
session हो
he
जाएगा.
wants, yeah, if he wants
quick
predictions, I feel you give it
yeah, quick
quickly.
prediction
And
for
hey, one
yeah.
second, guys. One second. Abhinav is not audible. Yeah, Abhinav. Quick.
Yes, so my quick prediction for RR, I mean, it's a near miss. I think I'll agree with Surya, with what Surya and Anuj said. I think it's a very, very close miss. But big season loading for Navdeep Saini. If Navdeep Saini can rev up big time with the ball, I think this is a big season loading for him, because he's going to be the frontline Indian pacer now in this side. With Prasid out, he's probably the closest they have in terms of a proper like for like with in terms of Prasid. We've got the speeds and everything with him and Kuldeep. If Navdeep can rev it up with the ball, and he's had a decent season domestically, they might just edge their bowling will be able to get a bit better. Otherwise, the batsman will have to have another stellar year. Otherwise, it's a marginal curtains down for them.
Right, right. Cool. So I would say they'll finish third. I think Sanju Samson is gonna have a very good season this time because he's been out of Indian team up and down. So I really think he will be performing good and he will be a star player this season. And I think they're gonna qualify.
Halla ball.
Right, right. I mean,
Finally.
let's move to DC. Yeah, it's been a long season in RR and GT. Yeah,
And we need to no, we need to ensure exactly we are finishing in 10 to 15 minutes because
yeah.
there are
We are
seven
not
more.
gonna let Abhinav talk first. We are not gonna let Abhinav talk first. Abhinav will
Please.
And
talk last.
uh, and
पांच
when
टीम का
exactly
ही
it will.
रखो भाई, पांच टीम का ही रखो, कब नींद आ जाएगी मेरे को भी नहीं मालूम, प्लीज.
नहीं नहीं मैं तेरे को सबसे पहले पंजाब किंग्स ही देने वाला हूँ इसके बाद तो ठीक है.
हाँ.
क्यों
वो
क्यों
बात
Inder,
अत्याचार कर रहे हो, क्यों
Inder might
अत्याचार
wake up
कर
on
रहे हो
another
मेरे
stream.
ऊपर.
Inder might
नहीं
wake up
नहीं
on the morning stream of
अगर
Sim.
इंदर आए और पंजाब किंग्स के ऊपर बात ना हो तो मतलब हो गया कि चाय पी रहे हो अदरक
बड़ा
हो या फिर कुछ तो करने के
बड़ा
No,
मजा
we are
आता है ना, मतलब
almost at
दुख
the end
देने
of
में.
our whatever teams are left.
बेटा याद
Then
रखना
we can.
कल तेरी टीम जब जीतेगी ना IPL 2020 नहीं ना
अरे
सॉरी
अरे तो
4.7
जीतो ना,
जब जीतेगी
तो जीतो तो ना, कौन मना
It's
कर
like
रहा
that. मेरी बैटिंग हो गई, मैं घर जाता हूँ, तो मेरा फ्रेंचाइज हो गया, मैं घर चलता हूँ बस.
है?
Yeah. Anyway, let's
नहीं नहीं,
quickly move to
हाँ
DC. Yeah.
चलो
Okay.
स्टार्ट करो.
Yeah, go to DC.
हाँ,
Right. Right.
चलो.
Yeah. So DC. Yeah. DC. They have got a new captain once again. Rishabh Pant is unfortunately injured, and they have made Akshay Patel the vice captain and Warner the captain. I really thought Prithvi Shaw will come into the scheme of things as per at least the vice captaincy because he's been under 19 captain. So I think it's a very big season for Prithvi Shaw right now because the start he provides is a very big thing that is needed for Delhi, given that Rishabh Pant is not there in the middle order. Yeah, so I would like to start with Anuj.
Yeah, definitely. When a player like Rishabh Pant, people talk about how inconsistent he has been in T20s, but still there is that factor with Rishabh Pant, that sense of calmness that whatever situation is, even if the required run rate is 12, that although things have not gone well with Rishabh Pant, that he might just have that one knock under his belt, and it might come in that situation. So definitely, I'm not well versed with what Abhishek Porel can do, in that situation, but definitely top three of Warner, Shaw, and Marsh. A lot will depend on them, and then definitely Sarfaraz Khan, as someone was mentioning, Sarfaraz Khan could have a big season this time.
Because he's a
Yeah,
wicketkeeper and the wicketkeeper he'll play.
yeah,
I'm
because
sure.
the red ball form is, if he's able to translate that into his white ball thing. He played that knock in the final in SMAT, so definitely looking forward to these players stepping up in Pant's absence.
With
That's
DC,
great.
uh, the only concern is their lower middle order. Because as Anuj said, after top three, you don't have anyone. With Surfaraz, what
Akshay,
we saw, I mean, yeah, yeah, the player keeps on
Akshay.
improving, but he has increased his range of shots, but still,
Lalit Yadav
he
is there.
needs to. Yeah, Lalit Yadav
Lalit
is there.
Yadav was Lalit
Impact
Yadav
is
also played. In fact, हाँ कौशिक actually the reason.
The two most exciting names, Robman Powell and Aman Khan. That will do for DC in the lower order. Rowan Powell, one of the best hitter of the ball currently in the world. Definitely, there is a thing called execution. But I think Rowan Powell can do that, and also he could have been a part of the leadership group as well. The kind of leadership he has shown with the not Delhi Capital, Dubai Capitals, and now the West Indies as well. The background of his means life story also tells you that he
Don't
has
use the word leadership group around Warner.
no. Warner becoming the leader is the only problem that I don't think means. Yeah, he still is one of the players to go as a first choice in the playing 11 in a league like IPL. But still, at some point, you might uh, have a have a doubt on him at this stage of his career. So that is why I'm saying the name of Roman Powell. So the lower order thing, I guess the likes of Aman Khan. You see, Lalit Yadav has been tested so many times, and I don't think so that he is up for this level at this moment. So Roman Powell and Aman Khan, and the impact rule also makes him, which Mumbai actually used him. Mumbai actually used Aman Khan very well inside
Al-
Mushtaq Ali Trophy.
also there's this another happy headache that Riley Russo has been in a tremendous form, and unfortunately I don't see Riley Russo in the starting 11. So I mean, he's someone who will walk into any 11 at this point of time, any D20 11. But he is warming the bench. So yeah, happy headache to have. But then
Yeah, I think I agree with what Inder said. I think you'd want to have Riley Russo there, but I think Rodman Powell is undroppable at this point because he is their best finishing option that they have. And Mitchell Marsh, in the kind of form he's in, whether he bowls or not, is going to bat at number three, even as a frontline batter. I think he'll slowly resume bowling. This is one team that will have to use its impact player substitution to the fullest. Now, I'm interested to see how they go for the first game because Bangladesh is also playing Ireland at this point. And of course, there's no Ndidi or Andrik Nokia, so none of their overseas fast bowlers are going to be available. So will they use that to give Riley Russo or Phil Salt to go and just front load with their batting because they have an overseas slot? I'm not sure, but I think as the tournament goes along, they'll hope that Mitchell Marsh can start bowling. But even otherwise, Aman Khan is a name that Kaushik mentioned. Actually, Ricky Ponting started talking him up as well pretty highly. I think you'll see a lot of Aman Khan in this tournament, and he actually swings the ball too. So maybe he could be given an opportunity in the power play. So that's a possibility. But overall, I think the problem though with Delhi is even if they had a fully fit Rishabh Pant, they had these same issues. Even after they never addressed their actual issues in the auction. They tried for Cameron Green, but apart from that, the issues they had to address eventually. Phil Salt and Riley Russo, as quality T20 batters as they are, ended up becoming surplus to their requirements because there is no spot. So they really didn't address that 5, 6, 7 issue, even though they have Akshar Patel and Rodman Powell. And I really expect Akshar Patel to go up the order, especially given his improved hitting, especially against spin. I think they will play select matchups this time around, but they never addressed that issue. So they've got to look at what they have on the bench now. They just seem too top heavy. And that's why Powell cannot afford to have a bad year.
Manju bhai, yeah. Manju bhai, your time. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are two wounded tigers in the dugout. One is Warner, one is Saurav Ganguly. So it can be a season of retribution for that franchise. But I don't know how much of their emotional baggage will the other people carry. So see, if Warner comes good and he makes a grand comeback, nothing like it. They can definitely win 4 5 matches. So I really hope that Warner comes back to form. Then all those headaches will go away. But then later, like how they'll keep on making changes, then if that starts, there is a big risk of even having a mid-season captaincy change and all for Delhi if things go wrong. But they have the one of the really good bowling attacks, so I don't see that happening. But Warner coming good is very important for his own confidence, for the team's confidence.
Right, right.
Nikhil,
Yeah.
Nikhil bhai, you want to add something on that?
Yeah, I think they've
Nikhil bhai, your voice.
and
It's not
It's
coming.
getting cut off.
I think it's having some Bluetooth problem.
Yeah. Actually, you need, uh,
Fine. Until then, I
Until
just want to add few things. I want to add few things.
I've not had a word about DC despite
you,
being
Rucha, Rucha,
basically
please,
being in
please
the
stay.
home in
Please,
home
please,
Am
city.
I
please stay.
bold?
yeah, I
I
have
got
one
the
point.
mic back. I got the mic back.
Yeah, yeah, Nikhil bhai,
Right
yes.
on time.
Yes, yes. Timing has always been my
Right
forte.
on time.
So I think what Delhi have
Yes,
always done is
timing.
they've been top four heavy. This year, what they've done is if one of the top four clicks, we are sorted. We don't need the lower order batting. So, and while it is very risky, they don't. They need to come off only like 7 or 8 games, because some game you will have a Robin Powell saving you. You will have some game where your Sarfaraz Khan will save you 1 or 2 games. So the fact that if you have David Warner, Mitchell Marsh, Prithvi Shaw, and God forbid Robin Powell comes off, they could be the team to beat. But it is just that you just hope, pray with 15, 20, 100 fingers that the hamstrings stay fit for for Mitchell Marsh, not Sean Marsh, sorry. If Marsh goes out,
Yes,
then they get really Soil, who could either hit a century or get out on a duck. So then that will again put the Delhi batting into pressure that you need a solid option down the order, which they don't have. So I think
Akshay
even
Patel.
if I think that's where they'll miss Pant, because you wanted that if the top order failed, as of now they don't have anybody else to resurrect. Robin Powell can hit out, but can he save the game from a 30 for 4? You don't think so. So I think, and it was a problem last year as well, and it's there again all this year too. The only thing that they'll hope is Mitchell Marsh का form इतना अच्छा हो कि भाई they're able to see through that phase, because they have the bowling to take care of it. So it's just that I think this is the season for Warner. If he doesn't click now, maybe it's curtains. Maybe because it's it doesn't look very likely that he'll have a lot more time if he doesn't click in this one.
Right. That's there. So,
I
what
just
role?
want to
Yeah.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to add on the DC part because I wanted to say one thing. Because this time DC will get lots of emotional support. So there are two teams, SRH and the DC will never get that too much of support by the players. I'm talking about the not players. I'm talking about the normal audiences. You will not find a DC supporter. The people don't say, "I'm a DC supporter. I'm a Delhi supporter or the Hyderabad supporter." Very less people you will find out.
Hyderabad supporters are so many. We say it.
True.
No,
Iraqi and
I
Vallabh.
have
I
नहीं
one
know.
नहीं
I
ऐसे
know.
नहीं बोल
problem.
सकते आप.
No,
We can say it
always
loud.
have
We can say it
no,
loud.
I always
We
have
are.
a problem with this.
It depends. It depends on the circle.
No, I always have a problem with this
See,
tagline. No,
actually
many
you're
of my
right.
friends they
Actually,
think
they
that roar macha is actually Tamil. Macha.
they are actually getting deviated from SRH to DC and GT nowadays due to Warner and Kane factor. Yeah, that is right. But we do have fan base. Yeah.
No, no, no. But you guys, Orange Army is a very good fan base, but Orange Army's
Yes.
fan base is very different. I'm not talking about that they don't have, but you
Yes.
have to
Yes.
find out. Like they are not that vocal. What I
No,
mean
they
to
don't
say,
make that sound. But yeah. Yes. Yes. Correct.
I mean to say the same thing. And even out
Yeah.
about the Delhi guys, Delhi supporters, they don't believe in Delhi team a lot many times. They are the team who exactly put abuse about them, like Punjab teams guys do for the Punjab. More than the appreciation, they always think oh, it's a cult. Unfortunately, even though they are doing good. So the thing
Right.
it is with
Tagline
the Delhi
is little, uh,
Yeah.
tagline is
Their
little
tagline is
this
ambiguous.
Roar
time,
Macha.
Like roar macha, it's not like macha Tamil.
Tamil
So
word.
like
Yeah, Tamil.
many people ask like why roar macha. So
no, but this time what I found out that because Warner and whatever I feel always, Warner as a captain is a very different kind of player. He is not a
Yes.
player, and what we saw as a um, captain as a punt, we will never miss captain as a punt. Punt captain will not miss. We'll miss a chit chat guy who exactly keep the things aside. And even though his last two IPL were not that great, Rishabh Pant as a batsman.
Hmm.
So you will not miss Pant as a player. You will miss Pant as a character. But
Yeah.
they got a
But
very
you
good
are
captain.
sounding like
Okay.
Saurabh from Star or Geo.
Actually, DC also got one player, new player, Mukesh Kumar. Do you have anything to say on him? Will he be that X
Mukesh,
factor for them?
Mukesh Kumar is a Bengal guy, na?
Mukesh from CSK.
Yes.
Yeah, from
He
CSK.
did amazing. Mukesh Kumar is from the. Bol. Go ahead.
Uh, After Rovman
No,
Powell
because
and
for
Aman
Indian
Aman
fast
Khan,
bowling options, they can have
Yes. Mukesh Kumar.
yeah, after Robin Powell and Aman Khan, I am exciting for this guy because yeah, of course, the kind of impacts he had in the red ball cricket, the call ups for India happened in the white ball format. Most, yeah, he got a call up in the red ball as well in test squad as well, if I'm not wrong. Uh, but I think that will be means it is a very important season to prove people wrong here because in 2020-21 season, the rise of Mukesh Kumar started from the white ball only. The Saeed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, which happened in Guwahati, their group stage games against the likes of Mumbai, against the likes of Karnataka. So he will be another. I would like to add the most discussed topic, the impact player rule. Another very dangerous, very good choice probably because as a new ball bowler, Mukesh Kumar is a hit 100%.
Yes. And also adding to
I
that,
like to add in this.
yeah.
So Mukesh Kumar, I have interviewed him a couple of times, and some stories about him, that make you go, bonkers about, what actually he can do and how was he so underrated for so many years. Because the it goes back to that fast bowling program which Rana Dev Bose had done all the way back in 2014, where he was first found out. He said that he just one delivery he bowled, which was an in-swinging toe crusher, and Vakar said, "That's it, that's enough." So he, like, for someone like Vakar to say that, and then moving on from that, the way he has said that he has a broken finger, but he has not operated it. So what happens is sometimes when he tries to outswing, ball with the outswing, the ball lands on the seam and comes in. So he said that that's like he says like that it's a God's blessing which he doesn't want to change. So if he is able to do that with the new ball, like we say for Jadeja, that even he doesn't know which ball will spin. If that really happens with the swinging ball, then yeah, all the best to the batters.
Fine. We saw talk about the DC. I just want to, because Pant is not there, little bit of we have emotion with him. I just want to know one thing. That almost, because their almost team is confirmed, which playing 11 will be playing, because they don't have much to choose with apart from the your foreign team, foreign players. Because even foreign players also, they're giving them the Kaushik, यार तू कौन से पान मसाला का ऐड कर रहा
And
है
one
मेरे नेम में.
question was there from Archit.
अरे फाफड़ा खा रहा हो यार निकल बैठ
Vallabh,
उसी
if you
में.
can read that question.
Yeah, Archit, gut feeling, right? My gut feeling is that
Yeah,
this
one
will be
question.
So Archit,
will be
yeah,
Sarfaraz.
Archit is a Archit. Actually, Archit is asking question from that time. We didn't take his
Yes, yes.
questions. So Archit Ariman asking, my gut feeling is that this will
This
be
will
the
be Sarfaraz.
Sarfraz Khan season, and just a hunch that Chetan Sakaria and the Khalil Ahmed will have a big season. Yeah, Manju bhai, please go ahead.
Yeah, you can. We'll give it to Abhinav because it's Delhi and Abhinav is not coming.
Yeah, yeah. Abhinav, come on, man.
हाँ, okay,
Abhinav,
okay,
please
okay.
take that.
सीने से भी दर्द हो रहा होगा, बोल भाई.
Tell us your.
No, no. I mean, I think this is Sarfaraz's make or break season. I think in IPL, he, it's unfortunate, but he's been given it's an unfortunate situation that he's been put in, but it's a God gifted opportunity that he's now got, that he'll be taking he'll be keeping for Delhi. I mean, firstly, kudos to him. Firstly, kudos to the Mumbai team management who actually had him keep during the Syed Mushtaq Ali, which was which I think was the benefit for Delhi. I think they hadn't invested in they released KS Bharat this time around in the auction, and they decided to go straight in with without having a specialist Indian keeping backup. Like back in 2020, they had a similar situation where Pant got injured and they didn't have a backup Indian backup for him, so they had to forfeit Alex Carey into the lineup. This time at least they're punting with somebody who's a complete unknown behind the sun in form of Sarfraz. But it's a huge opportunity for him if he can have a breakout IPL season, a proper breakout IPL, maybe 350, 350, 400 run type season. I think this could really could be bit of that breaking the door down type of scenario for his Indian team selection in other formats. I think it could in maybe for it could possibly nudge the selectors into thinking about him finally up for possibly into the test side, and maybe even consider him maybe on the fringes of the one day of the T20 side. I mean, basically, if they feel that they need something in the middle order, he could do a job. So this is a huge season for him, and also for Khalil. I think if Khalil is able to have a big season, I think it puts him right back in the fray for the Indian selectors. I mean for all the they've been looking around for a left arm pacer who can uh, who bowls quick, who's able to bowl quick, and so I think if Khalil has a big season, I think it pitchforks him back into contention. I think he had a stellar 2022 season with Delhi, but and if he can continue in that vein, I think this could possibly make him one of those dark horse picks for an Indian team going into a 50 over World Cup here.
I just want to add to what Archit had commented. Or rather, I'll just take this forward and maybe we can, just carry it into our predictions as to where DC would finish. Archit said
Yes.
he has a hunch that it could be a big year for Sarfaraz, and he mentioned Khalil and Zakaria. If all three perform, I think Delhi will qualify, because then they've got that, they've got a match winner in Prithvi Shaw, they've got Akshar Patel, and one player we've not even brought up till now is Kuldeep Yadav, and the way he has been performing. So automatically their overseas engine room will also take them forward. Once Andrek Nokia comes in, the bowling will have stronger wheels. So if what Arshit said happens, Khalil Sakaria and Sarfaraz, if they fire, the rest of the cast is, I mean, this is pretty much the support cast, and the rest of them, will form the protagonists who will carry this team forward. And I'm not 100% confident about Delhi making the playoffs at this point. I think they'll be there or thereabouts, maybe close like Rajasthan. But again, as if what Archit said happens, they'll qualify. That's my take.
That's true, but again, we have to close the DC season fast. So exactly, please let me know exactly what will be their roadmap in terms of 1 to 10. So where you are seeing this one, this DC to stand for? Abhinav, seriously, start करते हैं, बोलो.
Um, they miss out. They'll unfortunately. I mean, I
Break
hope
out.
there aren't any DC fans watching, and I hope my windows are safe enough. Uh, but I think they'll miss out. I think that Pant
So sorry,
absence
I
is going
will.
to be a far too big, is far too big a gap to fill. I think it's the intangibles which matter with guys like Rishabh Pant being absent.
Kaushik?
I think they will miss out some way because it's also Delhi, Firuzshah Kotla. So in that case, also their bowling, especially for the initial games as well. It's a very on and off feeling, but I think they will miss out some way or the other. The top three has to kick in, and I don't think so that will do in a long run.
Rampage?
Yeah, I also feel they might finish sixth because it all depends on their death bowlers. Their spinners actually do a very much good job on Delhi track, and also they do have a very good batting who can play very well the spin bowlers. So I feel they'll finish sixth. Yeah.
Right.
Manju
Inder,
bhai?
I think Inder is keeping his camera off. I think he's eating.
He's like right now after having a chicken
Indus is
biryani, might have been like,
waiting for ball tracking. He's taken the DRS for the day.
he's not
He-
like
He's, he's
Abhinav,
going he's going
who
through an
usually
emotional breakdown
will
before
go.
discussing Punjab.
Inder, come.
I
Let's
know,
discuss Punjab next.
but luckily
Yeah.
he's not sleeping, and he put his smartly mute because Abhinav has a scene with this. You remember?
No, Saroda will discuss Punjab next. Then Inder will come alive.
He'll,
Okay, Manju bhai, go ahead.
will come alive.
I don't know. They may be locked in a run rate battle for 5 and 6 like that. So, like the mid-table crowding, possibly they may find themselves there because, like how Nikhil had said, they don't have that firepower in the lower order. There is a problem. So they are depending on a lot of things going their way. So, and also their best fan list is Kaushik
Clap for
Sherpa.
Kaushik.
Applause for Kaushik. Because
In this star-studded lineup, that is a big thing. I will take it
yeah,
as a compliment.
because you
Thank
have
you.
yellow T-shirt and
Absolutely.
yellow fafda color coded also.
And good payment also.
So Anuj and Nikhil, your predictions?
Yeah, I feel they'll finish seventh or sixth. Uh, because I partially agree with what Kaushik said. They have those kind of batters, especially the top three who like to hit through the line, and that might not be the case on the slow surface in Delhi. If they stick, like if the ball holds up a little and they introduce spinners in the power play, the opposition, then you might see them struggling a bit. So that is something that they have to figure out. They will enjoy in their away trips to Mohali and Wankhede because those are the pitches like they're made for their batting. But yeah, it's the 7 games in Delhi that it may go their way, it may not go their way. Also, defending becomes very difficult on those small grounds. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think I agree with Anuj. Either Warner carries them to playoffs or carries them to the bottom spot of the table. If he clicks, they're up. If he doesn't, then they're down.
Done.
The bottom
India
spot
is
of the table, I think, is reserved for a team somewhere in the east.
Delhi is also in the east only, so let's push it.
yeah, India, you're
Let's
back,
change the
man.
map.
India, you're back.
जब इंदर को
I
confirm
went for a
But
I went for a power nap. I went for a
the,
power nap.
We were discussing Punjab.
the team from the east or the fan from the east, which just woke up.
Saurabh, your voice gone again.
You're again.
Cut, sir, on off हो रहा है.
Saurav is like, cut it, yaar, cut it, cut it.
Okay, we'll just take, since Inder is the sleepiest panelist, we'll just take his opinion. You want to discuss PBKS now, Inder? We can
No,
because
please
then
no.
we can get
I
you
don't
to
want to.
sleep.
I don't want to ruin my remaining few minutes
हो
of
गया तेरा
No,
power nap complete.
30th March.
Power nap ले लिया
मंगे
काफी
भाई
है.
वापस सोने चले जाएंगे, वापस नहीं आएंगे पर.
Vallabh, you can bring the next.
Let's do मुस्कुराइए आप लखनऊ में हैं. Let's do that.
हाँ करो करो.
did Saurabh voice out his opinion? Will Delhi finish? Where will Delhi finish?
Yes.
मैंने तो बोला नहीं, मेरी आवाज ही नहीं आ रही. दिल्ली वाले नहीं चाहते. दिल्ली वाले से मतलब क्या ही बोलूं.
अभी आ रहा है, अभी आ रहा है.
आपकी भी सीटी बच रही है उस दिन की तरह.
नहीं, अब ये वाले दिल्ली के नाम पे माइक मेरा बंद हो रहा है, पता नहीं कौन कर रहा है. तो
भगवान भी नहीं चाहता आप भगवान भी नहीं चाहता वर्डिक्ट दो दिल्ली के ऊपर. देख लो.
वो तो इवन भगवान तो छोड़ो, दिल्ली भी नहीं चाहता कि वो अपना वर्डिंग दे भाई. क्या है. तो अब मेरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखो, टीम जैसी भी हो, मैंने देखा है वार्नर को, एसआरएच को अपने कंधे पे ले जाते हुए. तो मैं अपने कंधे पे ही लेके गया वो आधा टाइम पे. थोड़ा सा मिस्टेक ना.
Sounds like IPL is 50 years old and not 13.
लेके गया था.
मेरे को पता है लिटरली क्या लगा. मेरे को ये लगा
हमने बचपन में वार्नर 4 नदी पार करके वार्नर हैदराबाद को लेके जाता था.
अब 2016 ही देख लो. 2016 देख लो, अगर जीता तो किसके लिए जीता? अकेले उसके कारण नहीं जीता है और कोई नहीं रीजन था. तो द सेम कंडीशन दिस टाइम, इफ हिज इंस्पिरेशनल कैप्टनसी विल somehow down the line will do even 80%, as a Warner as a batsman give 50%, still this team will do better. Yes, Delhi last year also they didn't qualify, and people are talking about the Pant. They will miss Pant. I'm telling you again and again, they will miss Pant as a character, not as a player, not as a captain at all. Iyer was a much better captain than him. Due to some reason, whatever happened. You will never miss. You can miss Pant in test matches. Apart from none other, he's the second Viren Sehwag.
Right.
So he will not in the top 4 finals.
He got injured in DC as well, right?
They'll finish 8th.
Because the biggest reason behind it, नीचे आने वालों के नंबर बहुत ज्यादा है. बहुत लोग नीचे आने के लिए मर रहे हैं. मतलब बहुत लोग हैं जिनके फैन को पता है कि वो नीचे ही जाएगा. वो ऊपर गए तो अच्छी बात. 2020 से पहले पूछते तो वी नो कि कौन सी टीम को क्वालिफाई करना ही करना है. लेकिन जब से मेगा ऑप्शन हुआ है ना, सारे लोग यही बोल रहे हैं कि अगर हम हो गए तो काफी है, वरना तो हमें ही नीचे जाना है. So let's see exactly how things go.
Right, it's already 12 o'clock. We have covered only 3 teams in 1.5 hours. We need to be quick, man.
जल्दी कर लो भाई, बाकी 2 टीम का जल्दी कर लो.
Okay, fine. Let's go with the Punjab Kings, starting with Inder.
नींद आ रही है मेरे को, बहुत तेज नींद आ रही है. ओके यार,
ये है रियल पंजाब किंग्स का वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, रिव्यू. भाइयों, सबको रिंदा नहीं है. अब मैं चला सोने, मैच खत्म हुआ तो बुला लेना. नहीं भाई, मैं रिव्यू
जब मैच आता है इंदर का, नहीं जब मैच आता है वो लोग बोलते हैं मैं सोने जा रहा हूँ, मैच खेलना ही नहीं है.
You have to give it to Punjab's consistency, man. There is a reason why I gave Rajasthan 5th and 7 to Delhi, because from the last 4 years, Punjab have been finishing 6th.
हम 15 साल से झेलते आ रहे हैं, हमारा हमें भी थोड़ा क्रेडिट दो
हाँ,
भाई।
just to make
बिल्कुल
just to
बिल्कुल
make just to
हाँ
make
ना,
Inder
हाँ
just to make Inder feel
क्या
better. Just to make
He'll make
Inder
me
feel
on
feel
better.
paper
better.
Punjab are favorites, okay, Inder. On
Every
paper
time
Punjab are
Anyway,
favorite.
nothing new.
Hey, 1 second, let Kaushik talk.
just to make Inder feel better. Punjab is the
हाँ
sleeping
बोलो।
giants of IPL. चलो हो गया. Next.
कब से सो रहे? कुंभकर्ण फेल कर देगी ये टीम भाई। जागे नहीं, एक बार जागे थे 14 में।
इंदर ऐसे एक्ट कर रहा है, वो गाना है ना,
No, the odds are good
क्या है,
because
हमें तेरो
Kumbhakaran
नहीं हम
used to
नहाए
wake
हुए,
up only once a
वो वाले
year.
गाना बहुत अच्छा गाएगा इंदर।
Decent delivery, that's good.
No, they start so
मेरा
well in the IPL and then suddenly
अब
they lose
सताया
their way in
करो।
the second half.
Okay, fine, guys. Let's talk about the
Lucknow.
Kings Punjab is
Lucknow.
very fast here. What will be the Kings? इधर बोलना ही नहीं
Punjab
चाहता है तो उसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं करें। तो सब पॉइंट्स बता दो एग्जैक्टली, बिकॉज हमने ऑलरेडी 1.5 आवर का उसका एक बनाया हुआ है। तो अगर कोई जानना चाहता है इंसान कि हमने क्यों बात नहीं कर रहे हैं ज्यादा, बिकॉज वी ऑलरेडी स्पेंड 1.5 आवर,
We
प्लीज
already
गो
have a
टू
video.
आवर आर्टिकल, वी विल फाइंड आउट 1.5 आवर का वीडियो, इंदर में इसका क्लोजअप वीडियो भी है, एंड ही टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट। You can watch it
ये
over
भी
there,
बोल लो,
and
साथ में
whoever loves
रोने
it.
वाला था, ऑलमोस्ट रोया नहीं था रिव्यू करते करते।
हाँ, ये इसके इस बात के लिए तो जरूर देखना भाई। I would say, I would really say.
Yeah,
तो ठीक है
let
guys,
me share in the comments.
what
Let
is
me
the
share in the
position? नहीं इंदर से स्टार्ट करते हैं, रिवर्स
Thanks.
जाएगा इंदर।
Saurabh, I also shared the Punjab review in the comment section so people can see. Yeah, let's start with Inder. Inder, position.
किसकी?
Punjab की 10 या 9?
नहीं 6 भाई, 6 अपना 6 पक्का है। उसके
नहीं,
एक
उसने उस दिन भी
पीछे।
बोला था 6 है, ये उस दिन भी 6 बोला था, ये छक्के पे बहुत कॉन्सेंट्रेट, आई विल टू से 6 पे बहुत कॉन्सेंट्रेट। सही है, सही में guys,
Saurabh,
देखो,
I did not expect that from you.
अरे यार
Language,
हिंदी में बोलना
gentlemen,
मना है
language.
तो इंग्लिश में बोलना पड़ा मुझे। नॉट ऑल द लैंग्वेज बाबा, हम लोग हिंदी में ही बोलते हैं। अब किसी ने बोला था कि हिंदी में नहीं बोलना, तब याद आया मेरे पास।
I didn't get that reference initially. I mean, slip of the tongue, but yeah, I did get it initially.
बाकी अगर
It was not
पूछोगे
intent for
प्लेऑफ्स
anything
में,
else.
अगर पूछ रहे हो प्लेऑफ्स में जाएगी, अगर पूछोगे कि प्लेऑफ्स में जाएगी नहीं, तो भाई मेरे को नहीं मालूम। मेरे को इतना पता आएंगे तो 6 आ जाएंगे।
I care about Inder's mental health, so or and also the budget of the household. So it's better that it doesn't. अरे टीवी तोड़ देता है यार ये फाइनल पहुंचने के बाद।
इसलिए तो नहीं पहुंचता, कोई बात नहीं, ये ठीक नहीं तो
पहुंच।
Anyways, let's go to सूर्यभान।
हारने
सूर्यभान,
Punjab prediction. I think they'll come 8th.
कर दो सारे।
8.
Sorry, Inder. मुझे लगता है it's a slight downgrade from last year. Last year I really liked that team, but batting में there are a lot of holes this time. So I think I could be wrong. Field पे कुछ भी हो सकता है, but
guys, can we
सारे
keep a
करो।
place for Subhan?
प्रेडिक्ट करो।
I think yes, but somebody needs to be going out. I don't know.
I can follow
आवाज
from
नहीं आ
the
रही है,
screen.
किसी को नहीं आ रही।
Can we get anyone?
I don't
you
mind.
be there now.
I'll go. I'm the outsider. You guys had planned it before.
Arey,
I'll
arey.
go. No problem.
No.
Hey,
Wait.
nobody's inside or outside. One second.
Exactly.
Everybody's ours. Everybody's
अरे
ours.
हाँ,
Nobody.
but like somebody you had planned it before, right? So it's better you guys come in.
I don't mind stepping aside, guys.
I would suggest Rampi, क्योंकि Rampi
Yeah,
ऐसे ही बहुत कम हो रहा है, so
Yeah.
there is nothing personal here. So Rampi,
Yeah.
आप देखोगे, आप इसमें चैट पे आओ और लिंक शेयर करो जल्दी सबके साथ
Yeah, sure.
promote our other videos. मैं शुभैन को ऐड करता हूँ,
Thanks
बोलता हूँ
for
ऐड
joining,
करने
man.
का।
Yeah,
Thanks for joining. We'll meet again on SRH preview. I mean,
Yep, thanks.
winners match. Come
Thanks.
again. Right. Yeah, Saurabh.
Thanks,
bhai,
Rampi. Thanks
let's join in.
he's joining.
Thanks a lot,
He's
Rampi.
joining.
So let's move to Lucknow. I think
आवाज ही
one.
नहीं आ रही यार।
Yeah. I hope I'm audible. On
1 second.
Lucknow,
1 second. As Subhayanda is coming, I think we'll cover KKR and then go to Lucknow.
yeah. Okay. I mean, let's cover probably the team which is the worst. Unfortunately, the worst team in this IPL. I think they're the worst team this IPL. I think I genuinely don't
Hey,
see anything more.
Calcutta are gonna qualify. Calcutta are gonna qualify.
They're qualifying first from bottom.
No, you make this shot, you make this bookmark. KKR is gonna
अभिनव
qualify.
अभिनव
I am gonna beat
अभिनव
you. We'll
अभिनव
meet after IPL.
देखो भाई, अभिनव, तुम्हारी टीम मेरी टीम, इंदर की टीम तो भी बहुत अच्छी है। मेरी टीम और तुम्हारी टीम को कोई हक नहीं है किसी को कुछ बोलने का, चुप रहो। हम लोग साला पता नहीं रोड के
नहीं,
कहाँ
मैं
पीने
बोल
पड़े
सकता हूँ।
रहेंगे।
आई
नहीं
आई एम एन
बोलो
ऑप्टिमिस्ट।
अभिनव। अभिनव, तू ऑप्टिमिस्ट नहीं है, तू क्या है तुझे पता है ना? मैं बताऊं, जब
मैं
तक
इस
But
सुबह नहीं
मामले
KKR,
में
जाएगा।
थोड़ा आज नहीं, इट्स
but
अबाउट
KKR
केकेआर
used
एंड
to
दे
do
वर
in
नॉट
this
लाइक
situation.
केकेआर एवर सिंस गंभीर लेफ्ट, सो मैं
क्या
आई विल
कौवा
टेक एन
बिरयानी
रिब ऑन केकेआर।
No, but they have seen everything. They are like 7 captains. देखे फिर बैटिंग ऑर्डर किसी को पता नहीं रहता है, सुबह पेपर में पढ़ के वो लोग फिर डिसाइड करते हैं नंबर 4 पे कौन जाएगा, 5।
Saurabh
जस्ट
bhai
रीड
is
द मैकलम की
Shubham bhai is
डायरीज।
joining.
सो या
If Subhan bhai is not joining, we'll move to LSG and come to KKR.
Yeah,
Shubhayan
okay,
is
you
joining in
start
few
off
minutes.
with this, then when he
In
joins,
few
you can
minutes, few
take it.
minutes.
Right.
LSG
We can continue with the LSG or any other team. That in that
LSG.
sense,
LSG
I'm saying
LSG last year they had a
Abhinav, please wait. Let us start, please.
okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about LSG, right? I mean, they have a very intent captain in KL Rahul. They have very good youngsters. And I think Ayush Badoni has a very good season last time. Yeah. So Abhinav, now you can talk. Thank you. Talk
Uh,
about LSG and don't make it quick, please. It's already 12:10. Make it quick.
uh, Nicholas
लगेगा ये,
Puran
हाँ वो तो
16
चालू
crore
करो भाई।
is a head scratcher. Nicholas Puran at 16 crore is a head scratcher, but I hope that is the last jigsaw puzzle that LSG need to unlock KL Rahul. Manchester United tried to unlock Paul Pogba for years and years. They could never do it. I hope LSG doesn't suffer a similar fate that they're trying for years to try and unlock that they've been looking for means to unlock KL Rahul and they're not finding it. So I hope Nicholas Puran is that last piece in that jigsaw that can unlock
Welcome,
KL
Subhan.
Rahul and oh,
Abhinav,
good to
Hello,
have you here,
Subhankar.
Kaptan.
come
Good
Subhayan bhai.
to have
Kaptan.
you here, Kaptan.
कप्तान को ऐड कर। अरे ये कौन है कप्तान? ये तो मुझे रोनाल्डो लग रहा था। अच्छा ठीक है, आ गया।
नहीं,
वेल डन,
पेज ही
वेलकम
रखी है,
कप्तान।
okay.
So we are
Finally, I made it.
Good to have you
all
here.
are here.
So yeah, I
we are
mean,
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, it's.
उसके बाद
You
KKR
guys
का
are talking about which team?
LSG,
Lucknow,
LSG.
उसके बाद
Lucknow. I'll just make a quick
अच्छा
That,
अच्छा जस्ट अच्छा एक सेकंड वंस वी आर डन विद दिस टीम, ठीक है, मेरे को जस्ट 2 मिनट देना। आई हैव टू आस्क शुभानंदा समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड देन विल मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट टीम। मेरे को बस 2 मिनट देना, ठीक है?
ठीक है.
चलो थैंक गॉड,
uh,
चलो तुम लोग केकेआर के बारे में तो बात नहीं कर रहे हो, दैट्स अ
Next
गुड स्टार्ट.
next वही है.
KKR
Next
एक
वही है.
मिनट एक मिनट KKR जैसे पंजाब के लिए इंदर के लिए रखा हुआ था, KKR आपके लिए है।
so yeah, I mean, I hope
मैं
Nicholas
ट्वीट
Puran
करने जा
is
रहा हूँ कि शुभयन भाई इज गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट KKR नाउ। तो
yeah.
इसके
नो
बाद.
वे, नो वे. यार क्यों मुश्किल काम क्यों करवा रहे हो मेरे से?
अरे मेरे
क्योंकि
को भी
हमने इंदर
करवाया गया
नहीं नहीं
शुभानंदा,
क्योंकि इंदर
सब
को
यार
रोते हुए
पंजाब
देखा
किंग्स
मैंने।
की टीम, पंजाब किंग्स की टीम क्या जबरदस्त टीम है. केकेआर क्यों, क्या, किस लिए? मत बात करो, केकेआर को मत पकड़ो. इट्स अ 9 टीम आईपीएल.
हमें तेरो नहीं हम सताए हुए।
So yeah,
इट्स अ
Anyway,
9 टीम.
by
लेट्स
anyway,
टॉक
we
अबाउट
have
द
stopped
LSG नाउ।
Abhinav. We have stopped Abhinav. Yeah, Abhinav, continue. Your
yeah. So it's okay. No, it's okay. I'm always willing to stop for Shubhainda. So
अरे
so yeah, but I hope Nicholas Purin is that last jigsaw puzzle ka piece that can unlock KL Rahul and his strike rate is overrated mentality. Because if Nicholas Purin presence in the middle order doesn't unlock KL now, then I think KL Rahul unfortunately is a gone case in T20. Let's be honest.
But I do have one fear there. I think a deep batting lineup would probably still unshackle Rahul to an extent, and it could happen. You never rule possibilities and probabilities out in T20 cricket, but I am a little concerned about LSG's 5-6-7. They need Stoinis to click. There's absolutely no doubt about it that Marcus Stoinis has to hit peak form because Krunal Pandya, the batter, has seen a decline in the IPL in the last last 2 to 3 seasons. As a bowler, he's still really good. He's a very underrated defensive bowler. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. But Ayush Badoni second season syndrome is always a reality, and that is something we'll have to see as to how he copes with it. They have signed Prerak Mankat this time, which I think is a very good option again. But again, it's about clicking and ensuring that those pieces come together, because otherwise they've got bowlers who can wheel the willow a little bit. I know Markwood can tonk. Ravi Bishnoi is not a mug with the bat, but you really don't want it to go down that deep. I think, in fact, Mohsin Khan probably has the potential to hit, but I would be very surprised, going by reports at least, if Mohsin Khan plays a role this year. The good thing is they seem to be better covered on that front in terms of their domestic Indian options. But and one bowler I'm looking forward to seeing is Yash Thakur. He's been a
Same.
serial wicket taker in the SMAT for years together now. But yeah, with regards to KL Rahul in particular, I'm a little iffy about their 5-6-7. Stoinis has to click. There's no doubt about it. Puran fits the team well. Price tag aside, he fits the team well. He covers a hole that they had last year. Left-handed spin hitter.
Yeah, more than their lower order firing, they should know what their lower order is like. You can't send Evan Lewis at six in an eliminator. You can't do that. If you do
Very
that,
true.
then either you are confusing. It took them half season to realize that they're getting the entry point of Stoin is wrong. So those are the things, like they should sort their off the field issue first, because as Surya said, they have all the bases covered. Despite Mohsin's injury, they have all the spin. Wrist spin also, like Amit Mishra is also a decent backup, you can say. And yeah, they have all the bases covered on paper. Nicholas Puran on his day, he can win you game single handedly. And that KL Rahul problem, only people who play Dream 11 will be happy because he gives them lots of points. But yeah, that's the one thing, that strike rate is overrated thing. You need to make use of your deep batting lineup. I think that is the case. One of them needs to have that license at the top, in the top three.
I
I
think
think
Dream
I think
11
you
won't
guys
give
will
us.
see a different. I guess you guys will see a different version of KL Rahul in this IPL. I certainly think so. They have the depth in their batting, and this time around, after being dropped from the Indian T20I setup, I think KL Rahul will be hungry, and I don't think he will go by his general notion that strike rate is overrated this time around. Quinton de Kock gives him that license to go. If even if Quinton is firing all cylinders, then I think it's the onus is on KL Rahul to match the same tempo which Quinton de Kock perhaps will give up front. So I think you guys will definitely see a different version of KL this time. Plus, Prerak Mankad, as Surya said, is a terrific option to have at number 6 or number 7, to have that license to have that freedom of having a proven domestic performer as a finisher. I think Prerak is definitely a good buy, and that's a very good point made by Surya.
The only problem I see in their bowling arsenal is the injury concerns of Mark Wood. There were reports that Mark Wood is not fit, and maybe he won't be playing the entire IPL, and maybe he could be rested for because the Ashes is coming up as well, and that could be the concern for Lucknow, because they don't have any other hit the deck bowler. Their
True.
terrific pacer last year around Mohsin Khan. He's injured. He's also not going to take part. So their fast bowling takes a bit of hit. Naveen ul Haq is there. He has been decent around other T20 leagues, but IPL is a different tournament. We all know.
And he's not
Uh,
a hit the deck bowler. He's
yeah,
mostly
Yeah,
a
he's
he's
a
not.
steady bowler.
So
he's
yeah,
steady, but
this is
he's
the concern I see.
in a different way.
They
This is
have
the concern
part-time
I see.
bowler in Deepak Huda also. They have part-time bowler in Deepak Huda, and they have Krunal Pandya.
The good thing is they have plenty of all-rounders. Krunal can bowl, Marcus can bowl. Even Prerak, if he gets games, then he can give you a couple of overs. So Krishna Pagotam, I'm
Daniel
not really
Sams.
sure how. Daniel Sams is obviously there, but
Romario
they have
Shepherd.
plenty of all-rounders. Romario Shepherd is there, plenty of all-rounders there. So I think yes, Kaushik, please.
The bowling front, I guess it will not be a problem if you keep in mind their home venue. the kind of wicket they produce or they have produced in whatever game we have seen in internationals and all, I think the kind of bowling they have made, the likes of Yash Thakur, the likes of even if you see whoever plays that overseas option, Daniel Sand or Marius Shafford or Avesh Khan will definitely start, will be one of the first name in the 11. So the kind of skills they have, I'm just talking in the skill point of view, and Yash Thakur reputation as a death bowler in the domestic is very, very huge. It is underrated, but it is huge for those who have seen, who have followed him, who have followed his journey with Vidarbha. So in that way, I guess, and the likes of Ravi Vishnoi as well. So if you see the home advantage, the home conditions, I think the bowling should do the requirements, should fulfill the requirements. And of course their main, as Shubhanda said, the main strength will be the all-rounders. We cannot forget Kyle Myers as well. To be very honest, personally, Marcus Stoinis should not be even in the team, in my opinion. This is a very personal opinion. Just I doesn't feel he adds anything anywhere. So he's not. He's for me the kind of bits and pieces player in this condition. Yeah, in Australia and all, you can start him with in the top of the order, but I don't think he has done so that well that he should have been retained, which Lucknow did last year before starting, before the mega auction. So there are options like the likes of Kyle Myers who are impact players. They are not big names, or they are not going to give you like a, uh,
Love.
so
Very smart.
Lucknow need to go with the impact players rather than the names, or see those who have left the big names. They are one of the contenders nowadays in the upcoming. For example, SRH.
Can I just add one wish list of mine, or one of my wish lists involves a player with Lucknow. I hope Ravi Bishnoi has a
Go
good
ahead.
year, and I hope he's led to be, and he's not,
Yeah,
taught to, yeah.
my
Go ahead.
only concern with Ravi, my only concern is that you have someone like Amit Mishra as well. So that I don't see a scenario where both Ravi Vishnu and Amit Mishra will be playing together. So either
Amit
you have
Mishra is going to be their impact player. Amit Mishra is
Impact
going
player.
to be their impact
चार
player.
ओवर
Yeah, 100%.
एग्जैक्टली चार ओवर डाल के मिश्रा जी विल बी टोल्ड कि टेक योर पिलो एंड
बस हो
स्लीप.
गया, हो गया.
So yeah, I just want Vishnu to get a lot of games. So which certainly was not the case had we not had impact
Vishnu
players.
is the starter. Vishnu is the starter in there. He's going to start definitely. Amit Mishra, if there's a scenario like a Chepok where you can play, where you can play an Amit Mishra there. In Eden Gardens, certainly you won't. It is unlikely you won't see an Amit Mishra bowling. For example, if you go to Lucknow, maybe you have an a role for Amit Mishra. If you go
Hyderabad.
to somewhere like
Even
Hyderabad, definitely.
Kotla,
If you go to
even Kotla, if you
Kotla,
see,
Kotla,
if
Kotla, Kotla,
it's like
definitely.
second home, it's like second home to him.
अमित मिश्रा का मैदान है वो तो he's going to rule there. So I think
That is
Amit
why I
Mishra,
mentioned that condition के हिसाब
Amit
से वो लोग ऐसे
Mishra
बोल रहे हैं.
for Mumbai Indians, Piyush Chawla, these are the players who will just operate as an impact player. जहाँ भी उनकी जरूरत पड़ेगी, they are going to come and give you those 4 or 3 overs and they are done. They are done with the match.
Hmm. Right, right. I mean, somebody has something to say, or everybody is continuously speaking
I
something.
think
I think
I
I think everybody is waiting for KKR at this moment. I'm telling you.
Yes, yes. I am
KKR,
literally waiting for
see,
Kerala.
Moving on to the next
imagine,
game.
see, guys, we are not a super. We have only 210 followers. We are chit chatting from 2 hours. Everybody is listening. Everybody is typing, but people just wait. They waited for Punjab Kings for Inderbeat stuff. We'll come to the MI later with Abhinav. But now when Shubhan as our captain play from the front foot because he loves to play like a Virender Sehwag. So ठीक है, KKR needs a front foot player which already they
Just
missed
two
as they
two
started.
minutes. Just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. I need to ask Shubhanda something, and and that is really
Go
important.
ahead.
Fine,
Go ahead.
fine. So,
Go ahead.
Shubhayanda, you know what I'm going to ask you. There have been a lot of speculations that maybe NOC won't be given and he might miss
Takabila sir.
the entire tournament. So, what do you know? Because you were the first one who broke this news that he might be late for 1 or 2 games. He might miss 1 or 2 games. So, what is the situation right now? Is he missing out the entire tournament? Won't he get the
No, he
NOC?
won't. He won't. He
He
won't.
won't.
It is highly. So far as we are speaking, he has not been given a clearance by the ECB medical staff. So he won't. He's still not cleared. He's not. He's practicing. He's training. Everything is fine. But he has not received a NOC from ECB right now. We are talking about Liam Livingstone. Just to be clear, right in there.
So yeah, we are talking about him. So like
Right.
we might see him not featuring in the tournament. Chances are there.
See, last I spoke when I gave that news about Liam Livingstone, they said that he will be there and thereabout for second or third match at least. That's why I wrote that second match is a touch and go for Livingstone. But whatever I know so far, he's going to get a clearance because, see, you're talking about an Ashes. Next
Hmm.
big one is Ashes for them. Liam Livingstone is not a certain starter in Ashes. Had he been a certain starter like a Ben Stokes, who is your test captain, Ben Stokes is also not 100% to be honest. He's not 100%. He's not going to bowl in your first set of matches. So if a clearance can be given for a Ben Stokes, if a clearance can be given for other players, Australian players, especially like Cameron Green, you won't see Cameron Green bowl at least for the initial set of matches. For Australia also, is not allowed to bowl more than 4 overs or 5 overs at a stretch, even at the nets. So that's the kind of scenario. If they are getting clearance, then Liam Livingstone being a wide ball specialist. He will say if you can give a clearance to your Ben Stokes, who is your test captain, who is going to be your MVP in the Ashes, you are giving him the clearance. Then why what have I done wrong? He's fit. He's 60-70% right now. In a week or so, he will be 80 to 90%. So most likely, even if it is not before the second game, by the time third game comes, Liam Livingstone will be in the Punjab Kings camp. As far as I know, it might change. For just for you, I'll just check on him tomorrow in Indian time morning. But let's see what's the update there. Whatever I get, I'll let you know of the record. But right now, he's certain to join the Punjab Kings squad somewhere around the third game or second game.
Thank you so very much, Shubhayanda, and please do check on him. Do check on him, and then I'll get back to you later. you know.
I have a question from two in there. What are the chances
Bolo,
of
bolo.
Punjab 11, Punjab Kings in IPL?
What what are the chances? What are the chances? यही
क्वेश्चन
पूछ
नहीं
रहे हो
समझ
ना?
आ रहा,
हाँ
बताओ
भाई,
कुछ क्वेश्चन।
है
अबे
बोलने
क्या हो गया
लायक
तेरी
है
खुशी
नहीं
को?
कुछ मतलब क्या
मुझे
Arey,
बोलो यार
even if Punjab Kings have the strongest squad out of all, इंदर will say मुझे नहीं पता शायद नहीं qualify करेगी छोड़ दो मत
because
सोचो.
because
That's
because
कप्तान
Shubhayanda
कप्तान
knows
लीव
exactly knows very well.
कप्तान लीव हिम इवन गगन इज देयर गगन भाई इज दे ऑल आर लाइक हम लोग अपनी टीम को देखते हैं सीएसके को देख रहे हैं मैं कोई प्लेयर ही नहीं है हमारी टीम में तो और हम उनकी
कितना
भी
कितना
ओपिनियन
साल हो
देख
गया
रहे हैं
8 साल 8 साल कितना साल हो गया प्लेऑफ क्वालिफाई किए हुए पंजाब टीम को
Last 14 में किए थे.
14 2014 में किए थे.
आठ आठ साल हो गया 8 साल हो गया
हाँ वो 10 साल में
Now
एक
it
बार
will
करते
become
हैं
9 years.
Jane
Now
Amla
also
opened that year or
no but
before that?
I certainly feel Punjab Kings have the squad to qualify for the playoffs at least.
Why I am concerned, just last thing on it, why I am concerned about Liam Livingstone is because he's our powerhouse. He's our impact player who can come in, who can play those. It is not like that we want him to score 600 or 500 runs. He just needs to come in,
Hmm.
play for 20, 25, 30 balls, take the game away from the opposition, and his job is done. We need him in that 11.
It's like
But my
he,
but my only concern but my only concern when it comes to Punjab Kings is they depended a lot on Bhanuka Rajapaksha last time around. This time Bhanuka hasn't played a lot of cricket. He's out of the Sri Lankan squad. He has been on and off. whatever cricket he has played. So that is a major concern because they depend highly on Bhanuka and Liam Livingstone, and both are not. In December was the last, I guess, both of them played professional cricket at an international level.
Right.
That match shot replacement actually is a very smart one from Punjab. That if
Abhinav, we have seen so many talented cricketers, be it Tom Banton, we have seen Jason Roy at the peak of his form, but he has come here. Owen Morgan, like an experienced campaigner who has played more than a decade of international cricket. They have come to India and they have struggled. They have struggled badly. So playing in India, okay, I can still say Short might flourish in the first set of games when the pitches are flat. They are belters. People want runs. State Association want runs. BCCI want runs. Short might click there, but after 3 4 games, when you travel to Chepauk, when you travel to Firozshah, when you travel to different venues, different conditions, it is scorching hot here in India right now.
yes,
So it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. Plus new teammates, new setup, new roles. Your number three might have a different role when you're opening. So it's a lot of. It's not easy. It's not easy to crack the IPL code.
Okay, finally, my last question. Ultimately, this is going to be my last question. So, Shubhanga, do you feel Brad Haddon had played a role in this inclusion?
Of course, of course, of course. You see a Gujarat Giants in WPL. They had a Australian and a Railways setup coaching in the coaching setup, and they all assembled a squad there. You see a Mumbai Indians. You had a Jhulan Goswami. She bought all her Bengal players, be it Shaikar Shah, be it other players. They brought all the Bengal players in. So it is very natural. And even when you become a coach later, you will see, okay, मैंने इस player को देखा है, इसको लेते हैं. He is a reliable guy. I have seen him. I don't care whether 100 other people have seen him bat or bowl or not. I have seen him. I trust this guy. I'll bring him in. So it's all about the players, and it's all about compatibility there.
If Indra starts a
I
show
said the
tomorrow, he'll
same thing
definitely
last
call
time
some of us.
when people are talking person from somewhere else. In last one of the video, I said the same thing. The players are not chosen because of the social media platform. It's only because the mind combination of the team coaches and the team members, because the way they mingle themselves, that matters a lot, because team stays together, players stays together, that makes the team rather than the who plays
Right.
well for whom. So
Right.
thank you, Kaptan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shubhanga.
क्या
Right.
मेरे को भगा रहे हो? मैं चले जाऊं?
नहीं नहीं
नहीं
नहीं
नहीं
KKR
मैंने
का रहे
तारीफ
we are
करने
coming to KKR.
तारीफ करने
KKR.
तक सिर्फ केकेआर की बात करी
नहीं,
Entire
मेरे को लगा
I
तीन
can't
चार
for me.
दो तीन लोगों ने गुड बाय बोल दिया, थैंक यू बोल दिया, मुझे लगा ओके हो गया है मेरा.
एक्चुअली वो टाटा शायद वो केकेआर के लिए बोल रहे थे कि आप बोलने के लिए भाग ना जाओ.
चलो तो
अच्छा केकेआर, अच्छा हम लोग केकेआर की बात कर रहे हैं क्या? मैं बिट लेट.
let's talk about KKR. Come
केकेआर
on
से
guys.
पहले ना एक ये मैट शॉट पे एक बोलना चाहूंगा. सी
हाँ ठीक है
the
भाई.
thing is match shot, I know, like, people will say, players from BBL should not be trusted. I hope Tim David is an exception, but yeah, others can't be trusted and everything. But no, the opposition also don't know much about what his weaknesses are, unless there's someone like, probably, अगर नेथन एलिस opposition कैंप में होता तो शायद बोल सकते कि बीबीएल में उसने बॉलिंग डाला है उसको. तो डेफिनेटली इंदर आपके लिए है कि ही माइट हैव अ पॉल वर्ल्ड 30 सीजन, वन सीजन. लेट्स सी, मतलब हो सकता है, बट लाइक
बट
पर्सनली आई वांट
अब
सैम करन टू ओपन विथ सिकंदर रजा कमिंग इन दैट फिनिशर रोल, बट इट वोंट हैपन, आई नो.
I think Sam Curran will
बट
be the best
अनुज,
chance
अभी
to.
अभी के टाइम पे इतना वीडियो एनालिसिस है, अभी तक मैच शॉट का जितना भी वीकनेस,
हाँ,
स्ट्रेंथ
वो तो
पॉइंट्स,
है, वो तो है.
सब डिकोड हो गया होगा,
धागा
सब डिकोड हो गया होगा.
धागे खोल के रख दिए होंगे
I'll tell
वीडियो
you
एनालिसिस.
though, Matthew Short can be a useful sixth bowling option. Just watch out
Yeah,
for that.
Yes.
He was
that
he
too,
was
yeah.
very very economical and tidy in the Big Bash, and he just bowled very accurate. Kept it very simple. So if they want
Like
Livingston to play as a pure batter, maybe they look at Matthew Short to fill in those couple of
And they
overs.
can just bowl one over of Arshdeep up front with Matt Short and Rabada to complete, and then three at the back, since Arshdeep is good at death.
but bowling in
Sometimes I
Australia
feel that
to Austin is different than bowling in India to Indian batters. So Matt
And
Shot
that is
को
true.
same thing. Sometimes you feel exactly. See, the I always said that our best part is our 12th man is the crowd. And when you talk about the crowd in the world, might be 1 lakh people they chant. But the way we do now, it's a very different kind of. We saw the invasion image. हम तो अपने प्लेयर को नहीं छोड़ते भाई मजाक उड़ाने में. तो अगर शॉट पे कुछ गड़बड़ी हो गई एक बॉल में सिक्सर चला गया तो पता नहीं शॉट का क्या नाम रख देंगे. तो वो जो एक डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ माइंड गेम है that plays a lot in players match. And in that time you never know. He might be balling good and suddenly one ball has gone for four. That's a crucial moment and people start shouting somewhere else from the stadium. And Indian stadium is so small that I personally have visited so many times to the Bangalore. I can tell you clearly we can see that we can say what Virat Kohli talks sometimes from the boundaries. Clearly. Absolutely clearly. Imagine हम लोग shout कर रहे हैं उसके बस.
तो फिर सर व्हाट्सएप करते रहना क्या बोल रहे हैं सर बाकी सब व्हाट्सएप करते रहना क्या बोल रहे हैं बस और कुछ नहीं चाहिए.
Let's move to KKR. Let's move to KKR. इससे पहले शिवानंद बोले मैं लेट हो गया.
Right. Let's move to KKR. Right. Welcome.
Let's start with their slogan. उनका slogan क्या है इस बार का?
नहीं है तैयार, नहीं है तैयार, बिल्कुल नहीं है. आई एम प्रिटी श्योर लास्ट फिनिश करेंगे. कुछ मिरेकल हो गया तो शायद 9th पे या 8th पे फिनिश करे. बस उससे ज्यादा आई डोंट सी केकेआर गोइंग बियॉन्ड नंबर 8. They clearly lack the squad depth. They clearly lack the firepower. Of course, you might say कि चलो Andre Russell है, Sunil Narine है, but to be honest, both are past their time. Sunil Narine ने last season decently bowl किया था. As a bowler, Sunil Narine is still a decent option, but you clearly fail to see कहाँ से ये लोग कैसे मैनेज करेंगे. ऑफ कोर्स लिटन दास का फॉर्म अच्छा है, रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज भी रन बना रहा है, बट यू कैन प्ले ओनली वन आउट ऑफ देम. Okay, Tim Saudi is bowling well in T20s. You have a firepower, quick pacer in Lockie, but again you can play only one out of them क्योंकि दोनों का आंद्रे रसल एंड सुनील नारायण का प्लेस इज ऑलमोस्ट पक्का. The thing is, domestic जो resources है ना, Venkatesh Iyer, you don't know how he will fare. Again, he's also coming after an injury. You don't know how Varun Chakravarti will fare again. So these are some of the key players in Kolkata setup. So I'm not sure कैसा होगा. Umesh Yadav also. Umesh Yadav did really well last season. Last year उसका as a whole white ball में he was really well. England में he did well. इंग्लैंड का शायद T20 ब्लास्ट में या ओडीआई रॉयल लंदन ओडीआई कप में he picked up. He was I guess first or the second highest wicket taker there. उसके बाद he did well in the IPL in the power plays. But again, will your Umesh Yadav click again? That's the question. You are not sure. तो बहुत सारे uncertainties है, questions. There are more questions than answers in this KKR camp.
Right. I just have one question.
I have a question. My question is that why everyone?
एक एक करके.
मैं आ रहा हूँ. मेरा question बड़ा genuine question है, different kind of question है. Everyone, whomsoever has come, for example, they have like, I'm talking about the CSK. If Robin would have been there, I'm telling you, even though we know exactly what is shortcoming, we never say who will come up and bat and ball. We know exactly Dhoni is there, कुछ तो कर लेगा. I'm sorry, but again, this selling. So we know exactly we might be at number 5, number 6, number 7. But it's okay, देख लेंगे यार माही है. But when it comes to any other team, what I'm finding it that even though they have a good team or they have done last time really well, for example, और GT, लोग बोल रहे हैं कि क्या तिब्बतिया खेल पाएगा अगले जैसा, last year जैसा. Quite obvious है. If everybody can play every year same in the same mood, same passion, so you would not have seen so many other champions, right? So my concern is that with the KKR, can their team, as a team, they're a good team, not bad at all. So can their entire team will come together to face this challenge and take this challenge and take the teams upward? Because this is the only way, I think, like the way GT did last time. They were not amazing team, they were a good team. So KKR also this time they have a very good team. But will their rock stars will play as a star or the entire team will come together and lift them to the trophy? तो बात वाली बात है, minimum to number 4.
Yes.
बट सौरभ का पता है इशू क्या है? प्रूवन परफॉर्मेंस, लैक ऑफ प्रूवन परफॉर्मेंस इज द बिगेस्ट missing aspect of this KKR unit. You have a Mandeep Singh who has done really well in this domestic year, but again he is not like a Sheldon Jackson. He has not cracked the IPL code. So can you really rely on Mandeep Singh? Nitish Rana, he was dropped from the Delhi Ranji team. Okay, did well, decently well in the white ball leg, but again captaincy burden. आप अचानक से you are going for the toss against MS Dhoni, against big players like KL Rahul, David Warner. These are top guys. So pressure might make him crumble. You have Anukul Roy. Anukul Roy कहाँ पे खेला है? अनुकुल रॉय आईपीएल में कहाँ पे खेला है? ही हैज बीन यूज्ड एज अ फील्डिंग सब्स्टिट्यूट मोस्टली, जो कि
हमेशा
आता है कैचेस
अगर
पकड़ता है
अगर
बाउंड्रीज में। हाँ, बाउंड्रीज में वो फील्डिंग चौके छक्के रोकेगा। दैट हैज बीन हिज जॉब। सो बस सडनली यू पुट हिम अंडर द स्पॉटलाइट की बॉलिंग करो, आप बैटिंग में भी थोड़े बहुत रन बना के दो, यू आर नॉट श्योर। फिर वहां पे आप डेविड विजी को आप खिला सकते नहीं हो, क्योंकि आपके आपके पास ओवरसीज स्लॉट है नहीं। I would have personally loved to see David Vizzy get regular games for KKR, but I don't see any possibility of having that unless Andre Russell pulls up his calf or hamstring or ankle or knee, anything, which the chances of which are extremely high. So जगदीशन, पांच आपने नारायण जगदीशन को हाइप किया उसके 5 कंसेक्यूटिव सेंचुरीज की वजह से। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू आईपीएल, व्हेन इट कम्स टू परफॉर्मिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ 60-50,000 क्राउड, कहाँ पे कब किया है नारायण जगदीशन ने? Apart from TNPL, if I can recall. So that is your top order. Liton Das, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, only one can say. Again, they are not proven IPL performers. IPL performers are like a David Warner, जो कि सालों साल, शिखर धवन सालों साल रन बना के आ रहे हैं. You want someone like that, which was a Shreyas Iyer in your 11, but Shreyas Iyer is out, unfortunately, and you don't have an able replacement for him. In the bowling department, you have a Vaibhav Arora, you have a Kulwant Kejroli. I rate both of them very highly. But again, IPL में कहाँ पे you will be highly dependent on either of Lockie Ferguson or your Tim Southee to deliver with the new ball and in the death as well. तो वो इशू आ जाएगा. सुयश शर्मा अगेन a mystery spinner. शार्दुल ठाकुर will be is the only performer right now जिसने डिसेंटली आईपीएल में एज अ डोमेस्टिक इंडियन प्लेयर में बोल रहा हूँ, जिसने किया है कुछ थोड़ा बहुत दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के लिए इन पास्ट. बट अगेन देन योर उमेश यादव, कैन यू डू इट अगेन? वरुण चक्रवर्ती लास्ट सीजन वाज इफी. उसका नी इंजरी कैसा है? नी उसका डॉजी है कि नहीं? इज इट फिट इनफ? इज ही गोइंग टू कास्ट दैट स्पेल अगेन जो उसने दुबई में किया था? देयर आर, मैंने जैसे बोला, देयर आर मोर क्वेश्चंस देन आंसर्स इन दिस केकेआर कैंप.
एक और चीज है जो मुझे लगता है
कौशिक ने काफी देर से खड़ा कर रखा है, तो उसके बाल सफेद हो जाएंगे अब.
नहीं
अच्छा, कौशिक, go
इंदर
ahead.
बोल 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 बोल.
हाँ,
तेरी
तो
आवाज
अब
नहीं आ
कर
रही
लो
है.
पहले आप.
बड़े लोग.
मुझे यही लग रहा था केकेआर के
कौशिक
जब
की
मैंने
डस्ट
ट्रेड्स
जम
देखे
जाएगा.
ना, तो मुझे दो ट्रेड्स केकेआर के मतलब एग्जैक्टली ठीक है, उनको जरूरत थी, बट मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. फर्स्ट दे ट्रेडेड अमन हकीम खान, जो इनके पास एक डोमेस्टिक ऑलराउंडर था हु कुड हैव बीन द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग, वो उन्होंने जाने दिया. एंड उसके बाद इन्होंने ट्रेड किया शार्दुल ठाकुर को फॉर अ बिग वूपिंग कोलोसल अमाउंट, which I feel could backfire because शार्दुल ठाकुर अगर मतलब ना ट्रेड इन्होंने किया होता, दे कुड हैव गॉन फॉर सम अदर ऑप्शन, तो शायद इनकी प्लेइंग 11 ऑक्शन में जाते जाते दे कुड हैव गॉन गॉट सम बेटर ऑप्शंस अलोंग विद द पर्स. इनका 11 थोड़ा बेटर बन जाता, बट इन्होंने एक सर्टेन अमाउंट इतना लगा दिया कि दे कुडंट कंस्ट्रक्ट देयर 11 इन द ऑप्शन नाइसली.
रॉबिन पूछ रहा है शाकिब और वीवी कोई भी नहीं खेलेगा. कहाँ पे जगह, कहाँ पे? आप रहमानुल्लाह या लिटॉन में से एक को खिलाओगे. आंद्रे रसल, सुनील नारायण आपका फिक्स्ड है, 3 स्पॉट आपके वहां पे चले गए. लॉकी और टीम सऊदी में से आप एक खिलाओगे, आपके 4 स्पॉट खत्म है. कहाँ पे? शाकिब को मे भी आप एक इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर आप खिला सकते हो, चेपॉक या फिरोज शाह कोटला में, अगर आप खेल रहे हो तो. बस दैट्स इट.
The thing is,
आंद्रे रसल, डेविड विजी एकमात्र खेल सकते हैं अगर इफ योर आंद्रे रसल पुल सब, जैसे कि मैंने कहा.
so
नहीं, जैसे भी
I'll
आपको
agree with
एक्स
what.
फैक्टर में तो
Sorry.
यू कैन नॉट प्ले द फोर्थ प्लेयर ना, मतलब फॉरनर को नहीं खिला सकते,
OC.
फिर ऑलरेडी हैविंग द फोर्थ.
हाँ, तीन ओवरसीज खिला लो आप, या आप नारायण जगदीशन और वेंकटेश अय्यर को आप ओपन करवा दो. रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज और लिटन दास में से आप किसी को रहने
इज
दो.
फाइन इनफ टू
दैट्स द
प्ले.
ओनली ऑप्शन. हाँ
वेंकटेश अय्यर इज फिट इनफ टू प्ले बिकॉज़ ही डिडंट प्ले द लास्ट
हाँ,
मैच डोमेस्टिक.
नहीं
Who will
नहीं,
play?
he's
Playega? Who will play number
fit
3?
enough.
आईपीएल में सब फिट हो
Number 3.
जाते हैं ना.
Number 3 is a tough pick. Let me check the squad एक बार. Number 3, Venkatesh is going to open. Maybe Nitish Rana is going to bat at number 3.
हाँ, अब तो कैप्टन
Lord
भी है,
Rinko?
मर्जी अपनी. ऐसे भी वो
Number
top
3.
six में
See, अगर मेरे को आप बैटिंग ऑर्डर पूछोगे तो वेंकटेश अय्यर के साथ आई एम सीइंग एटलीस्ट फॉर द स्टार्ट आई एम सीइंग लिटॉन तो खैर फर्स्ट मैच में अवेलेबल नहीं होगा सो आई एम सीइंग रेमनुल्लाह गुरबाज ओपनिंग द काइंड ऑफ फॉर्म ही शोड रिसेंटली पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट सो आई एम सीइंग एक्सपेक्टिंग रेमनुल्लाह गुरबाज टू ओपन अलॉन्ग विद वेंकटेश अय्यर उसके बाद नीतीश राणा नंबर 4 पे आप शायद मनदीप सिंह को आप खिला दो शायद नंबर 4 पे मनदीप को खिला दो बिकॉज ऑफ द काइंड ऑफ फॉर्म ही हैज शोन और चंद्रकांत पंडित जो कोच है वो भी ही डिपेंड्स हाईली डिपेंड्स ऑन ऑन योर डोमेस्टिक प्लेयर सो मे बी मनदीप सिंह आपके नंबर 4 खेल सकते हैं नंबर 5 से फिर आपका अंदर चला जाएंगे नंबर 6 पे आप शार्दुल को खिला सकते हो सुनील नारायण नंबर 7 पे तो नंबर 6 पे if a Shardul Thakur or a Sunil Narayan is walking at number 6 or 7 then you have an issue then you have an issue with your entire team so you have
रिंकू
to
सिंह भी
accept
है
it. You
ना?
have to.
रिंकू
Rinku
सिंह
Singh bhi hai, yes, right. I forgot his name. My bad. So number 4 पे अगर मनदीप खेलता है नंबर 5 पे रिंकू नंबर 4 पे आई वुड प्रेफर रिंकू टू बी ऑनेस्ट रिंकू नंबर 4 पे अगर खेलेगा ओनली एक कोई खेल सकता है मेरे हिसाब से एक कोई खेल सकता है बिकॉज आप अगर आंद्रे रसल को 6 पे पुश कर रहे हो तो आई फील इट्स स्क्वाड के साथ इट्स टू लेट फॉर आंद्रे रसल सो यू वुड वांट रसल टू फेस मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ डिलीवरीज वेदर ही क्लिक्स और नॉट
अच्छा कप्तान एक बात बताइए रिंकू सिंह को हर कोई भूल क्यों जाते हैं मतलब नंबर
मैंने बोला भी है लॉर्ड रिंकू बोल के।
you can never
अरे हमने अभी इंटरव्यू भी किया था देबाशीष दा ने अभी इंटरव्यू भी किया था रिंकू ने बहुत जबरदस्त बातें की उसने अच्छा अच्छा इंटरव्यू है इधर टॉप गाय इधर लवली लैंड
think Rinku
बीसीसीआई तो भूल ही जाती है उसको टेस्ट या वनडे में लेने के लिए भूल ही जाओ इवन दो उनकी खुद की टीम भूल जाती है कि एग्जैक्टली वो प्लेयर भी एग्जिस्ट करता है टिपिकल फील्डिंग के लिए
यूपी नहीं भूलती उत्तर प्रदेश की डोमेस्टिक टीम रिंकू को नहीं भूलती
वो तो भूल भी
उनके टॉप ऑर्डर कौशिक कहानियां बताएगा उनके टॉप ऑर्डर कभी क्लिक नहीं करता रिंकू इज द ओनली गाय हु कम्स एंड स्कोर रन
एंड वो बचाता भी है
इसीलिए उसके
वो बचाता भी है
एवरी 2-3
Rinku is
innings
like Titan Atlas. Rinku is like the Titan Atlas who's holding up, who holds up UP constantly. A collapse happens inevitably. It comes down to Rinku to save the blushes for them each and every day. And
Awas for Bengal, Rinku for UP.
And credit to the guy, he continues to do it day in day out, and that is a huge thing. I mean, and it comes with the fact that when it's I think something which Shubhanda will agree with, when a person like Rinku has seen so much happening in his real in the backdrop of what he's come up through. I mean, these guys do not have the fear of failure on a cricket pitch. They do not have that fear when you've been fighting those everyday battles of life. Then a battle on a cricket pitch is the most inconsequential thing that exists, and that is what makes a player like Rinku tick. That is what made him tick in that game against LSG, where he single-handedly almost carried Kolkata through. So I mean, this is what happens with guys like them. That guys like them have come up through have seen the hard days of life, so they don't fear fear of failure has gone away for a lot for guys like him. So that is the thing, and so I think their linchpin in the middle order is actually Rinku. If Rinku has a good season, I think a lot of those issues will somehow get arrested because of his presence in that middle order. He's done that day in day out for UP, I think, and he did it in whichever game he got for KKR last season. He did it. So I think he is their bulwark in the middle order.
Yes, there was
He has
also
a
a
bad
match.
season,
There was
it just
also a match
collapses.
where he
Huh?
almost cleared the rope. I mean, there was a match. Rinku Singh almost cleared the game. It was 5
LSG Lucknow Super Giants
At
It was
LSG.
even Lewis picked up that one-handed stunner yes Kaushik bolo
हाँ तो वो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वांट टू नो लॉकी फर्गसन इज फिट ना ही इज फिट
पहले मैच के लिए
वनडे नहीं खेल रहा था वो
नहीं नहीं
वनडे तो
उसको
नहीं
पहला
पहले मैच
मैच
रेस्ट कर नहीं पहले मैच रेस्ट करो
पहला
लॉकी को
पहला मैच
उसको कोई जरूरत
टीम
नहीं
दा
है
खेलेंगे
रिस्क लेने की
टीम भैया खेलेंगे पहला मैच
हाँ टिम भैया को खिलाओ कोई जरूरत नहीं है उसको रिस्क करने की, अभी और इम्पोर्टेंट गेम्स आनी है आईपीएल में, लेट हिम टेक रिस्क।
पंजाब के अगेंस्ट अनलीश करेंगे,
पंजाब के
पंजाब अच्छा
अगेंस्ट है ना
पंजाब के
पहला,
अगेंस्ट में पहला है, मैं फिर
नहीं
खिला
पंजाब
दो
के
लौकी
अगेंस्ट
को,
है
फिर
पहला।
रेस्ट करवा देंगे.
नहीं नहीं, Saudi he is doing well for KKR, to be very
हाँ.
honest. He's doing better than Ferguson has done for whoever he played in the last couple of seasons.
फर्ग्यूसन
So
वाला तो मेरे को समझ में ही नहीं आया कि वंस यू फर्स्ट यू लेट हिम गो, फिर उसको आप बाई कर रहे हो.
I mean,
डोंट गेट
if,
मी स्टार्टेड.
I
the
think
the
I am I'll just come in. I think Chandrakant Pandit in his debut season has been dealt with the worst cards. I think especially from the management side. The
Ab,
management has
you
let
know, Abhinav, what will happen? What will happen now? They will finish 10th or 9th or 8th, whatever in the bottom half, and everyone will say, okay, ये तो domestic में कर दिया, कोई देखता नहीं है, low quality cricket होता है,
हाँ.
विदर्भा को जिता दिया,
मुझे
एमपी को जिता
मुझे
दिया आपने, and
एग्जैक्टली
IPL is the real deal. But by
exactly,
chance, अगर इस टीम के साथ he goes to the playoff, his stocks would be there. राहुल द्रविड़ के बाद नाम आ जाएगा कि चंदू पंडित को बनाओ आप कोच.
right. Yes.
that
मुझे
is one of
मुझे
the
याद आ गया शुभायंदा का। शुभायंदा को जिस दिन मैं मिला था ना ईडन में, शुभायंदा ने बोला ना डोंट गेट मी स्टार्टेड, मतलब उस दिन मैंने देखा था शुभायंदा गॉट स्टार्टेड, एंड मेरे को फिर इतना कुछ पता चला था कि व्हाई शुभायंदा इज ऑलवेज डजंट लव टू टॉक अबाउट दैट डोंट गेट मी स्टार्टेड, रियली डोंट गेट हिम स्टार्टेड, क्योंकि देन फिर वो जो उबार निकलेगा, इट विल बी अनबिलीवेबल।
ऑन एयर तो आधी चीजें मैं फिल्टर कर देता हूँ, वो नेचुरल फिल्टर अभी
हाँ
लग चुका
हाँ
है. तो
हाँ।
Just one thing
See,
though, since you
the thing
mentioned,
with Chandu Dada is, he knows how to get the best out of players. मतलब जब कार्तिकेय कुमार कार्तिकेय से बात हुआ था तो उन्होंने ये बोला था कि he hit the ground running as soon as he came in Madhya Pradesh. Like he told them, you have to play mind games with the opposition. Try and beat them in your body language, in the way you like. उन्होंने ये तक बोल दिया कि भाई sledging भी करो. Like उनको समझना चाहिए कि you are here to win. So if he brings that champion mindset, KKR also are kind of sleeping giants only. But they have so much potential, but somehow they miss out. So if that is the one thing that they do, मतलब अगर जैसा सुबैन ने बोला कि अगर वो इस टीम के साथ प्लेऑफ्स में जाते हैं तो भाई फिर राहुल द्रविड़ के बाद वही
और
अभी.
और एक चीज है चंडू पंडित के साथ, आई एम नॉट अंडर रेटिंग एनी कोच और एनीथिंग, बट यहाँ पे क्या है ना, डोमेस्टिक इज समथिंग एल्स। यहाँ पे you'll have to deal with different characters, different types of people, different type of vibe. Maybe dealing with Rinku Singh is not a big issue, but dealing with Andrew Russell is dealing
Narayan.
with
चंदू चंदू
Narayan.
पंडित अगर आंद्रे रसल को बोलता है कि स्लीप एट 11 o'clock, वेक अप एट 6 o'clock, आंद्रे रसल विल से एफ ऑफ, आई एम डूइंग व्हाट एवर आई वांट, आई डोंट वांट टू हियर यू. सुनील नारायण को वो बोलेगा डोंट बोल दिस, डोंट बोल दैट. इट्स इम्पॉसिबल. आईपीएल डीलिंग विद दीज गाइस जो कि दे हैव बिग ईगोज. एंड फॉर एमपी, अनुज ने अभी एमपी के बारे में बोला, चंद्रकांत पंडित स्टार्टेड देयर प्री सीजन 3 months प्रायर टू द रणजी ट्रॉफी, prior to the domestic circuit जो कि white ball leg होता है, 3 months prior to that. He gave them a set of like 50 लोगों का ट्रायल हुआ था पहले. He shortlisted 24 people, उनके बीच में ट्रायल मैचेस हुए थे. He gave them individual schedules to all the players. किसी ये कुमार कार्तिकेय बोल रहे, कुमार कार्तिकेय से पूछना कि उसको मिस्ट्री बॉलिंग जो उसको बोलते हैं कुमार कार्तिकेय को, उसको स्ट्रिक्टली मना किया था, नथिंग एल्स देन लेग स्पिन. कुमार कार्तिकेय 3 हफ्ता नेट्स में ही डेंट बोल एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम हिज लेग स्पिन. आप बोलोगे सुनील नारायण को डोंट बोल एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम योर ऑफ स्पिन और अ स्ट्रेटर वन, सुनील नारायण थर्ड बॉल ही कैरम बॉल मारेगा.
Right.
I think
You
this is
can't.
probably
Yeah,
one of the
it's a different. Yeah, it's a challenge for Chandrakant Pandit as well. And press conference में भी he said that it's challenges are everywhere and it's how you deal with it. Maybe देखो राहुल द्रविड़ जब इंडियन कोचिंग सेटअप में नहीं थे, when he was at NCA, we all thought that कि राहुल द्रविड़ बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है, बहुत डाउन टू अर्थ है, बहुत थोड़े से चुपचाप रहने वाले कैरेक्टर है. बट when शिखर धवन became the captain in Sri Lanka, Rahul Dravid was the first one to make a reel with it, Instagram reel with it. Right. So it depends on how you enjoy that atmosphere, how you dwell yourself in that atmosphere. It remains to be seen, but right now it looks a bit shady, to be honest.
I
I'll
think that
just please Surya.
yeah, I think that's why probably we saw Nitish Rana being made captain because that I think the captain coach relationship is something that's very important, and maybe Chandrakant Pandit might find it easier, working with a Nitish Rana than say an Andre Russell or a Sunil Nanai. Plus, there's just one thing which I'm looking forward to seeing how they use the impact player rule. It's the case with every team, but particularly with KKR because Nitish Rana has captained Delhi in the side Mushtaq Ali, and Chandrakant Pandit has coached MP in the domestic circuit. Now they are aware of, they have had a first-hand
Right.
experience of using this impact player rule. Not every other captain and coach really have that first-hand experience. So I'm just interested in seeing how they use it, and sometimes it could be a blessing in disguise that they've got limited options. They've got the thinnest squad. You don't want too many options as well, else you think there are four players whom do you pull out of the bench? With limited options, sometimes there's a lot more clarity. So I just want to see how that goes this
Kaushik,
season.
Kaushik, remember Ritik Shawki winning it for Delhi, impact player.
Hmm.
हाँ ये पूछे तो आई जस्ट वांट टू जो इतनी देर से मैं रुका हुआ हूँ कुछ बोल ही नहीं पा रहा आई वांट टू टेल दैट हाँ ओवरऑल केकेआर का जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू मैं रखना चाहता हूँ कि दे नीड टू गो विथ प्लेयर्स इन फॉर्म एटलीस्ट बिकॉज ऑलरेडी इतने कम रिसोर्सेज हैं even in the domestic side. If you personally ask me, I want to even Shubhand, I will agree. I think the moment he mentioned the number 6, number 7 position like that, Shardul Thakur will have to come in or Naren have to come in. I think somehow they have to manage with the Indian options with the bowling. Somehow you increase the sources in the batting. Somehow you involve Shakib Al Hassan in that batting order because he's in terrific form. He's in terrific all-round form. He took a fifer the other day. Then he's one of the best batters in Bangladesh Premier League. Obviously, it's a different ballgame, but Shakib is also a different player. He's that kind of player who is getting an IPL deal from that country. So Litton Das is going with a good form. So at least go with the good form. And with Shakib, I think KKR will only grow and will only get that if they involve Shakib in even in the leadership role, the kind of passion these guys have, this can really help KKR to prove everyone wrong because they have nothing to lose. That's the first thing. And Shakib, if he is available, I don't think so. He is available from the very first game. So
Yes.
somehow you
Right.
involve so somehow you involve these informed players. Somehow, this is a very big responsibility to management. And I personally want to see Jagadishan playing in the middle order. I want to see Jagadishan playing in the middle order because at the top order he is some kind of KL Rahul. Obviously, not comparing with the skill set and all, but CSK played him in the middle order for a couple of games when he was there. I want to see him in the middle order because there is a lack of options in the middle order alongside Rinku in the Indian option. So I just this is a personal perspective, more kind of because I want KK to do well because everyone is pointing them out or whatever it is. So it will be very good to see. Just like Gujarat Titans, we nobody thought that Gujarat Titans will make this long or win the championship last year because the kind of problem they had. But Chandrakant Pandit, obviously, the kind of coach he is, only because of that is that's what. अरे यार क्या comment है ये?
ये के ये के का फैन बेस है.
हाँ.
So
चलो point
that's the
पे
only.
KKR
Chandrakant
finished.
Pandit is one of the reason, and another one I just want to see Shakib Al Hasan getting involved.
But actually, Kaushik has a good point. अगर आप उमेश, वरुण चक्रवर्ती, शार्दुल ठाकुर, तीन पेसर आपके यहाँ पे हो गए,
हर्षित
तीन
राणा
बॉलर आपके, हाँ,
हर्षित
हर्षित
राणा
या
वैभव होगा.
वैभव, हर्षित वैभव या कुलवंत से आप एक खिलवा दो, then you have an Andre Russell and a Sunil Narayan to give you a couple of overs. मतलब 8 overs, 6 overs वहाँ पे.
And no
So I
Australians
think I
also.
think I think he has a good point. I think he has a good point. So you like that you can put in a David Beebe or a Shakib Al Hasan, or maybe play both Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Nitonda. Maybe.
Yeah, I think the only thing to counter him is, see, Shakib is batted very low in the T20 series.
Hmm.
Even in the last part, he's not batted in top three. They've had Litton, Shanto, Talukdar, everybody else batting. So if KKR want to play Shakib, they have to either play him at top
क्योंकि नीचे it will not be of any use if you because you're already
Right.
having lesser balls for Russell and Naren and all to face. So,
Yeah,
but it's a
that
great
is the
idea.
reason.
I
That
think
is the reason I
Shakib,
said Jagadishan should come in middle order.
yeah,
No,
I think
I had a
Shakib
doubt.
I'm
really,
I
asking
had a
Shakib
doubt
to come.
about this.
yeah,
I had a doubt about this. This is a very interesting point that Kaushik gave. Nitish Rana has opened right in the past. If he opens, I know it will be too many left-handers, but can he and Venkatesh open and then you can slot in Shakib at three? Since he had a terrific form in that World Cup also he showed that at number three he can be do that.
but then they will be
So
easy to plant
if
out.
they are able to do that, then they can play Team Saudi also in the middle in as a bowler. Then still your four foreigners rule, then you can like skip both Gurbaz and Litton maybe because Shakib gives you two skills.
Yeah, but
Good
then they'll
stuff.
be easier to
But
plant
you
out. They have a higher
right,
pace
right,
and off-spin option to just again
right.
Nitish will definitely snag off-spin, but
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
power play you would not want to lose Nitish to seam like right in the
Right.
power play. So in that
Hmm.
sense, you could even try Jagdishan out there. But yeah, I think Shakib. I feel Shakib will add more to the team more than Lockyer and team also. But that's like my opinion and not always be true.
The
We will see.
KKR's opening position and their lower middle order is not the issue. Their main concern is that 3-4-5.
Yeah.
That is where Chandrakant Pandit and others have to sort this out. At number three, if you play a Nitish Rana, at number four, if you play a Rinku Singh, then more or less you are sorted. Okay, I see both the left-handers coming back to back. But I think you can still mold that around. You can be flexible around that and maybe have a Mandeep Singh or if you are not playing either of Lockey or Tim Saudi, then maybe a David Deasy at number five, maybe. But Shakib, as a pure batter, like if he doesn't give you all four overs, then I don't see real value of Shakib Al Hasan in that in T20I format at least. In ODI, he's a gun player, but in T20I with this kind of strike rate and the kind of gameplay he has, I don't see
If
Shakib
KKR
adding
want to
real
play
value.
him at if KKR want to play at the top, play him at the top, then only he need to come. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
a waste.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Or maybe open with Sunil Narayan if you want. Fatka khelo फिर से. Go back,
Ah,
turn back the clock, as we say.
right. I think that is done with KKR.
Okay, I think I'll leave now. It's 1 o'clock. I'm draining. I'm draining out right now.
Right.
Thank you,
Just
Captain.
five more minutes. We'll leave.
Okay, okay.
5 more minutes
Okay,
and
cool.
we'll, right. Uh, everybody, I just want to put out your points table and we can wrap up.
Yeah, Abhinav last.
Abhinav at last. We'll all leave one by one. Abhinav will keep talking.
He
Yeah, I'll
muted
start.
himself.
Please. You can all start. You can all start. Please, please.
I can start. I'll start with the top. I mean, bottom right. Surya bhai.
ओके मैं टॉप फोर बोलूं या
No, no, full,
बिकॉज
full
एक्चुअली
table.
पूरा पॉइंट्स टेबल तो इतना मैं नहीं सोचा हूं बिकॉज
Hmm, hmm.
it just
Just
you
top
never know
four and
what might
bottom.
happen.
Top
टॉप
four
फोर
is
बॉटम फोर टॉप फोर इज फाइन टॉप फोर इज फाइन बॉटम फोर फिर आपको ऑटोमेटिकली पता चल जाएगा
top
केकेआर
four.
इज लास्ट हम लोग वी ऑल 10 आर अग्रीइंग टू दैट केकेआर इज फिनिशिंग लास्ट उसके बाद विल फिक्स द
Right.
नंबर्स
Surya bhai.
मैंने
Surya bhai.
नहीं बोला ये वैसे हाँ
Top four. Orange cap, purple cap. Top four. Orange cap, purple cap.
okay in no particular order I'd say I think Lucknow Sunrisers RCB and maybe I just have a sneak feeling maybe MI could get through in fourth if their Indian bowlers click so and as far as orange and purple cap are concerned, orange cap, I'm going to say Shubman Gill this time. Last year, I remember I predicted Joss Butler and it came out to be right. Let's see what happens this time. I don't think he'll win the orange cap this time. I'm going to go with Shubman Gill. Purple cap, Umran Malik. I
Oh,
hope he gets it.
Oh,
bold choice. Lovely, lovely. Yes.
But yeah.
Let's come left. Nikhil bhai.
So I think these three teams are common: RR, Lucknow, SRH, and I think Chennai will sneak through because of conditions, and of course you have Ben Stokes. So I think these four. Orange cap, I agree with him. Shubman Gill has great chance, and for purple cap, I'm going with very risky choice, but Deepak Chair.
Chennai fans.
No, not for Chennai fan. I think He's more hungry, lots to prove, and lot
Right,
of scope with no Bumrah as well now.
right, right, right. Inderji.
CSK, SRH, KKR, and Rajasthan.
इसको बड़े स्क्रीन में लो राइट इसको दिखाओ दुनिया को
No,
What?
he said
यही
that
है वो
only because
इंसान,
he got
चेहरा देखो,
he, नहीं he got because
चेहरा
यहीं से
देख लो
उनको
सारे लोग।
इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला इसके लिए वो उनको टॉप फोर में जा रहे हैं.
नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. क्योंकि लास्ट टाइम देखो मैं ना कुछ चीज़ों में बहुत बिलीव करता हूँ एंड इस बार भी वो चीज़ें मुझे वैसे ही होते हुए दिख रही हैं केकेआर के लिए. सो दिस इज द रीजन आई हैव केप्ट केकेआर एंड आई वोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड इफ दे मेक इट टू द प्लेऑफ्स. इसलिए मेरी टॉप 4 में.
Orange cap or purple cap, sir?
अच्छा हाँ, ऑरेंज कैप शिखर धवन, पर्पल कैप रबाडा.
हाँ, पूरा लो. पर पंजाब क्वालिफाई
Eventually,
नहीं होएगा ना?
yeah, eventually came.
पंजाब
That is crazy.
Actually, यहाँ पर I completely forgot. I told you that I hadn't given the points table too much of thought. This is where I completely forgot. I mentioned GT will come third or fourth, and I didn't have them in my top four. So I'm going to say
Also
GT.
now
I'm going to say
you
GT or MI.
people
That I'm going to tweak it
now
there.
you people had a chuckle when I said KKR. Now I'll tell you why. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा सा मतलब डिफरेंट साइड हो जाएगा. इसीलिए मैं जिस चीजों को बिलीव करता हूँ कि मैं बहुत सुपरस्टिशियस हूँ, मैं बहुत सुपरस्टिशन में बिलीव करता हूँ. एंड लास्ट टाइम कैप्टन फ्रॉम दिल्ली लेफ्ट हैंडर लेड केकेआर. यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड. ठीक है. So there are certain things which I feel are going in KKR's favor, and I feel this squad is
Mute
decent
him.
enough.
Why is he speaking so much? Mute him.
अरे
चलो बाय बाय गुड
शुभानंदा,
नाइट.
like
ये आपका
I
केकेआर
feel
फैन बोल रहा है कि आपका नहीं?
अरे मैं हेडफोन निकालते ही खून निकलेगा अभी मेरे कानों से हटाओ इसको
मेरे को लग रहा है वो बोलना चाह रहा है कि सब मिलके बोलो पंजाब टॉप में आएगा. हम लोग बोल नहीं रहे हैं. That's the reason he's doing like this. I understand.
कोई निकल गया
इतनी
यार.
खराब टीम भी नहीं है
Somebody left.
केकेआर की. इतनी खराब टीम
निखिल
भी
निखिल
नहीं है.
गए
Kill by left.
ठीक है ये तो
इतनी खराब टीम.
फैमिली तो आंसर ठीक है
They
वीर भाई
can
थोड़ा
चलो
go
टाइम
for the playoffs.
right. वीर is done. मंजुनाथ भाई.
Yes, I'll pick Lucknow, Rajasthan, and RCB because last 3 years the record of playoffs is intact. So one of them to play the eliminator and CSK as fourth. And later you have Gujarat, Hyderabad, then MI, Punjab, and KKR.
Good.
ऑरेंज कैप पर्पल कैप
Yeah, so orange cap, little difficult, but I think KL Rahul once again I'll give it to him. And purple cap, let's see, maybe Yuzi Chahal makes a comeback. Let's hope so. Both the Indians get the.
Right. Subhayan भाई.
टॉप फोर सनराइजर्स राजस्थान पंजाब किंग्स एंड सीएसके
Bold choice.
Orange cap, orange cap again. I'll have a bold choice because that guy hasn't performed a lot in IPL. I'll go with Rohit Sharma. He has a point to prove. He's technically, unofficially not part of the T20I setup, Indian T20I setup. So he has a point to prove now. Rohit Sharma, my orange cap, purple cap. I'm going with Kuldeep Yadav, Delhi Capitals.
But Subhayanda is resting some games, right? How will he win orange cap?
Who?
Rohit Sharma.
He has said that he might. He has not officially said he is resting.
Oh, okay.
Right? He has said might or might not. एक बार जब flow में आ जाएगा तो no one is resting. You can save this video and come back. 2 hours 43 minutes 40 seconds में है time frame.
I'll make it a short.
मैंने इसलिए ट्वीट
No,
भी
no,
किया
of
था.
course I'll be happy, man. As an MI fan,
नहीं,
what else do you want?
मैंने
Rohit
रोहित
Sharma
के
has
लिए
been
ट्वीट भी
called
किया था
bang
कि
average so many times.
अगर रोहित शर्मा अच्छे फॉर्म में रहा तो वो रेस्ट करेगा
After this
नहीं, और
video,
अच्छे फॉर्म में नहीं रहेगा तो रेस्ट करवा दिया जाएगा.
If they are not in contention for the top four after say 10 matches, then शायद रोहित शर्मा एक दो मैचेस के लिए रेस्ट कर सकता है WTC के प्रिपरेशन के लिए, अदरवाइज आई डोंट सी एनीवन रेस्टिंग.
Chalo, we are almost close to a movie time. Anuj bhai.
Yeah. For me, it's SRH, CSK, GT, and MI. In that order. Uh, and I think Orange Cap KL Rahul will take it back. You know, he has a lot of things to prove, and also he does well. When it comes to the volume of runs. And Purple Cap is थोड़ा tricky है क्योंकि चिन्ना स्वामी, but I'll still go with Mohammad Siraj because he has that form. तो कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Right. एक एक जा रहा है. Abhinav, I'll make you speak last. Saurav bhai.
अरे यार.
मैं झुकेगा नहीं रे, बोल रहे तू.
मैंने नहीं
बोला
बोला.
हाँ सारी कौशिक सारी या कौशिक.
हाँ तो
रात का नशा अभी तक उतरा नहीं क्योंकि दिन सुबह मतलब सुबह कुछ जाते ही जल्दी होने वाली है. तो लेट्स गो हेड फास्ट कौशिक.
So Gujarat, SRH Gujarat, RCB MI, because I remember I said MI will lose in the eliminator against RCB, and the orange cap will be Shubman Gill, and the purple cap will be Avesh Khan.
Cool man. Yeah, Abhinav, you can speak.
Top four: SRH, GT, Lucknow, and RCB. No, sorry, CSK. Actually, I'll go with CSK over RCB. For Orange Cap, bold choice: Aiden Markram. Uh, Purple Cap for me, I think Trent Bolt.
Nice. Saurav bhai, I'll have my say. You can have yours at last. Same as everybody, I'll have SRH, Lucknow, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. I'll go with KL Rahul in the orange cap, and I want to see Arshdeep winning the purple cap.
Provided it doesn't overstep, he should win it, I think.
Yeah, I think he will win it this time. Arshdeep Singh should win it.
Maybe they can put an extra extension to his boot so that it stays behind the line.
Right. Saurabh bhai, finish off.
See, in my point of view, generally I don't want to give any numbers. The reason behind it, especially after this mega auction and the small auction, the teams have changed a lot. Dimensions of the team has been changed. There is no proper apart from UCMI or CSK, little bit of DC, SRH. Apart from these three, four, I don't see that the teams have mingled that well. Even not KKR. Because KKR is having a lot of dispute because of this West Indies mindset. So my concern is that the top four at this moment giving is like a playing jua. Tukka. कह दिया तो कह दिया. So it's much better that if you can do it, post all the team will play the 7 matches. It'd be better judge condition, but exactly because anything can happen after 7 also. So first 7, in my point of view, this is not a right time exactly we can talk about because we even don't know who will play in the top 11 for the next 3 matches. Any of the 3. You write it down, most of them, 80% number will be changed. So I'm keeping it on a next mid of the IPL I will give. But apart from now, KL Rahul anonymously, I think because the way he plays, I think should not be a problem for him to score 550, 600 runs this season. Strike rate will be around 115 to 130. Very कभी और शायद अच्छा खेल ले 115 to 130 नहीं कभी अच्छा खेल ले मतलब strike rate point of view not as a batsman he will play good. And bowler में I have 2-3 contention if they will play it may go ahead with one of the spinners. Pacers might not able to take the wicket because of the too much of heat and all during that next 1.5 months, 2 months. So I think exactly it can be either Rashid Khan or Chahal somewhere down the line. Else I'm not finding anybody who can take 20 wickets plus.
Right, fine. I think, yeah, everybody has been leaving step by step. So
Hey,
I
nice,
think,
yeah. I wanted to see the face of Inder. I could have been asked few more things about Punjab Kings, but again, थोड़ा सा पीके को
yeah,
भी रहने दो.
it's
What
110 already.
a
Let's, we have office
Anyway, it's
tomorrow
a
again.
nice station, guys. I'm really thankful to all the viewers. Still, at after 3 hours long journey, we have still 10 people who are watching us. I'm
I
really,
mean,
really very thankful to everyone, and especially our new parents, Mr. Banjunath. I'm really, really thankful for your time because you are there with us for the more than 2.5 hours. सूर्या तो बैचलर है, कुछ कहना ही नहीं है, मतलब क्या करेगा, आ जाएगा हमारे साथ. अभिनव को तो छोड़ ही दो, क्रिकेट के ऊपर बोलने दो तो वो जॉब भी छोड़ के बैठ जाएगा. Kaushik, I must say thanks because he generally doesn't go for that much of big long time for a period of that long time.
एग्जाम चल रहा है
So,
मेरा.
but again, it's an amazing because his insights people are looking for. Thanks to
yeah,
Shubayan joined in the beer and your Ramsey and plus one more guy who has joined us. I forgot the name. I
Yeah,
think he has
sure.
come
I'm
to your reference.
And
Yes,
Anuj
and
bhai,
I'm not able to pronounce
thankfully,
his
I
name
mean,
also.
and
But
Anuj
again,
bhai, superstar entry.
yeah.
yes,
Good inputs.
all
I
thanks to
enjoyed it.
even Anuj
Thank you, thank
and
you.
then Vallabh. Thanks for bringing this channel in front of us
And
and keeping us
don't
all
forget that
alive.
like वो चार लोग क्या कहेंगे like that वो 10 लोग whatever they want to say they can comment on the stream and of course we'll reply to it. So
Absolutely, and we request everybody to like it and follow the things. You subscribe it. Ask other people to subscribe it. Ask other three to ask for the three subscribers because
जय हो वाला
ultimately,
फॉर्मूला
if you want
सलमान
to
भाई
सलमान खान तो क्वेश्चन है कि भाई
हाँ
को इतना बनता है और दूसरी बात यह है कि अगर हम सच में ऐसा कुछ कर रहे हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर ब्रिंगिंग द लोकल गाइज वी आर नॉट ब्रिंगिंग एनी top heavy guys. They're bringing such guys who exactly passionate about the cricket. You can see the emotions of in the bid. He was about to cry. You see exactly Abhinav when talk about the MI. We talk about the Shubhayan talk about the KKR. So I must say exactly we all are so passionate about cricket that connects us. Even though we are not well sometimes and we go live just to show exactly how cricket connects us. If you also want to connect us, please DM to Vallabh or any one of us will connect you to Vallabh and we'll do the needful. So
we all have our Twitter accounts linked. We all have our Twitter names here.
before
I mean,
saying why Abhinav has left, because Abhinav knows that exactly he was. Anyways, we are not asking. We were supposed to ask him for MI to say last thing. But again, before going in, is Whistle Podu always.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Orange Army. Let's go, Orange Army.
Best
And
wishes,
if nothing happens we can always come
सौरभ
back strong next
मंजू
year.
भाई. आप तो बोल भी नहीं सकते.
We can come back stronger next.
सौरभ दा का अभी बंगाली रूप बाहर आ जाएगा नहीं तो छोड़ो.
नहीं यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं. क्या करे अभी रात के 2 बजे वाले again the morning is the we have all have to go to office.
Anyway, guys, if anybody is watching is really looking to talk cricket or anybody looking to join us, please message in YouTube or there are our Twitter IDs right here. You can ping us on Twitter. Everybody is available to talk. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, do join for the next coming sessions. We'll be at least going live for half of the games in IPL. We'll try to be there for every game, but we can't guarantee. But yeah, thank you.
Bye guys.
Right, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye
Good
bye.
night, guys. Bye. Thank you.